A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The American Broadcasting Company Radio Network presents Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy have been locked in a laboratory on the planet Venus. Outside the heavy door, the criminal mastermind Ralph Boger has shouted a weird threat.
Commander, is Boger kidding us? Can he really throw a bottle of acid through that solid door?
I don't know, but if he does, try to catch it. Keep it on the vibration field.
There's the bottle that came right through the door. Smoking rockets, the lab is on fire!
Hit that door, Hap.
The fire's spreading, sir! You! That door doesn't give pretty soon, or we're finished.
We'll be back in a moment with the thrilling story, The Invisible Enemy. The United States has seen many changes in the past dozen years, all pointing to a still better way of living. Millions more Americans are working, earning more, saving more. More young people are going to high school and college. More of us are enjoying the luxuries of life, sports, radio, television, the theater, concerts. Church attendance and membership has climbed steadily upward, and, in addition to these material and spiritual changes, have come the miracles of jet propulsion, supersonic flight, antibiotics. The better you know America, the better the future looks. Write for the free booklet, The Future of America, Box 1776, Grand Central Station, New York, 17. Now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The Invisible Enemy. Somewhere in the solar system, there lurks a dangerous enemy. His name is Ralph Boger, and he holds control of an invention so revolutionary that the entire resources, enterprise, and courage of the Space Patrol are almost powerless to combat it. Commander Corey, in his first encounter with Boger and his criminal activities, succeeded in capturing Clayton Slake, Boger's accomplice and chief muscle man. As Buzz and Happy bring Slake aboard the Terra 5 at the Terra spaceport, the criminal smirks over his shoulder at the commander.
Get in that compartment, Slake. Why the rush to take me to the Venus Rehabilitation Center? Are you afraid Boger might rescue me? Is that it? Yes. We know that Boger has an electronic device that enables him to walk through solid matter, through walls of buildings. Sure, Boger can go anywhere he wants. He can help himself to anything he chooses. Money, government secrets, or, the Space Patrol. We're going to be sure he won't get used. Come on, Happy. Yes, sir. So long, boys. All right, Hap, up forward.
Slake sure doesn't seem worried.
No, that may be just a knack. Or he may be too ignorant to realize the limits of Boger's device.
Just what are the limits? If he can walk through solid matter as though it wasn't there, well, he can do just about anything.
Boger's motive is greed, I think. Sooner or later, he'll attempt something a machine can do, but Boger himself can't survive.
Well, he'll destroy himself.
Exactly. He might take innocent people along with him. Blast off, Hap.
Well, we're cleared with space control, sir. We've got the green light for spacewalk number 3.
Okay. Close ports.
Close ports.
Fire jets.
Fire jets.
Up, chipping away.
As the commander's ship blasts off from Terra and eases into its flight orbit to Venus, two men in another spaceship intently watch their periscope screen.
That's Corey's ship, Boger. I guess I better get into my spacesuit.
There is no hurry, Doc. I got to compute his exact vector and then set our own course to intersect it.
And we close in, midway between Terra and Venus, right?
Yes. Here. Put these on just before you get into your suit.
What are they? Some kind of goggles?
They are electronic spectacles.
For what?
When we move in close to Corey's ship, all the matter in this ship will be vibrating at a very high frequency.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it invisible.
Exactly. And ordinary matter will be invisible to us because it's on a lower spectrum, a lower plane.
These electronic spectacles fix it so I can see to rescue Slake from Corey's ship, ain't it?
That's right.
How come Slake and I never used these goggles before?
You have never been invisible before. You have walked through walls, but the field was at a low rate of vibration. You could be seen and you could see.
Are you sure nothing will go wrong? I'll stay invisible?
Follow instructions. We'll go over it once more, just to make sure. Now, let's assume that this ship is now invisible and I pulled alongside Corey's ship.
Yeah, the signal from you, I step through the hull of this ship into the Terra 5.
But first, turning your field control on your belt.
Yeah, naturally. Inside the Terra 5, I search for Slake. I give him the extra spacesuit I brought along, then we go after Corey.
You got it. When you have finished, Corey, spacerphone me, then come back aboard. All right, Ruck, put your electronic spectacles in place. I'm going to make this entire ship invisible.
All set.
There. The ultra-vibration field is on. Our ship is invisible, even to Corey's view.
There's no way out of this compartment, that's sure. Hey, what's that? Something funny's going on. Where did you come from?
The hull of the ship.
Benson Brock.
Yeah, it's me. But calm down. Here, I brought your spacesuit. Put it on.
Sure, but how did you get in the ship?
From Boze's cruiser. Right outside, waiting.
How'd you pull alongside without Corey finding out?
Boze's ship's invisible. Just like you'll be when you turn up the field and your spacesuit's out.
Invisible?
Yeah. Boze's using extra high frequencies this time. Guess he's got a lot of tricks you and I don't know about. Here, let me help you with your suit.
Thanks. Well, sure glad to get out of here.
We got a job to do first. We've got to finish Corey.
Well, I don't know about
Boze's orders. How many are aboard?
Just Corey and the cadet.
Two of us can handle him. We'll take him by surprise.
Yeah? I tried that once. That's why I'm here.
This time there are two of us, and we'll be invisible.
We can't attack Corey while we're invisible. We'll pass right through him like you would through a wall or the hull of the ship.
Now, that's right. While we're invisible, we're as harmless as moonbeams. So we can sneak up on him. Then we cut off the field control. That makes us solid.
Then we take care of him.
That's fantastic. Come on, finish with that spacesuit. Oh, wait, I forgot your electronic goggles. Is it? These things. You'll need them to see with when you're invisible. I'll see you how they work.
Well, Hap, we're past the halfway point of Venus, and no trouble yet.
Are you expecting any?
I've been on the alert for spaceships. I thought Boja might make an attempt to rescue Slake.
Yeah, I think it's too big a risk for Boja to take. Anyhow, we can pick up another gorilla like Slake without any trouble. Hey, Commander, I've been thinking.
Yes, sir.
It'll be about 2 hours before I reach Venus, and by the time we hand over Slake to the rehabilitation camp, that'll be another half an hour.
Oh, you're hungry, is that it?
Me? Oh, no, not especially. But I thought I'd go back to the galley and get you something.
Ah, good idea. Get 3 servings of 4 days.
3 servings?
Yes, you've got a passenger aboard, you know.
Oh, yeah, Slake. I forgot about him. Well, how about the 5H pills?
No. And the crew eats, the prisoner eats, and the same kind of chow we do.
Sure, Commander. I'll see that Slake is taken care of.
Watch him when you take the food into the compartment.
Oh, I will, sir.
In the small galley amidships, Happy scans a row of buttons, then presses one marked 4J 3 times in succession. Within a few seconds, the concealed robot mechanism is releasing the electronically cooked foods on a tray. Happy is so fascinated in watching the process that he does not notice an even more remarkable occurrence in the galley. 2 figures in spacesuits suddenly materialize behind him. Each holds a ray gun.
Get your hands up, Cadet. Turn around.
What?
Not a yip out of you either, Buster.
Slake, how did you get out of the compartment? And you, how did you get aboard?
We'll go into that later. Where's the commander?
Well, I'll tell you. he was in a hurry to get where we're going, and it was so nice out. Well, he decided to get out and walk.
Listen, Shorty, get cute with me. I'll finish you right now. Now, let's have it. Where's Corey?
He could be almost any place in the ship. Try the bowling alley in the lower deck.
Giving you one more chance, Space.
Got it, Brock. Can't you see it's stalling? Corey's probably at the controls waiting for his lunch. If the cadet isn't up there pretty quick, Corey will come back here to investigate.
Okay. Let's plug the comical cadet and go after Corey.
Wait a minute. Look at that free. The service for free. Who's the extra lunch for?
It was for you, Spike. And I punched the button with my own little hand. Now, aren't you ashamed?
Now, listen, cadet. No more fooling. Take 2 trays and go up forward to the control block. Quietly. I get this, cadet. Don't try to warn the commander. He'll be invisible and right behind you.
Invisible?
Get up. Pick up those trays and get me.
Well, there you are. I was beginning to get a little worried. Here, I'll take one of those trays.
Over. Yes, sir.
That hot cocoa smells good. Have you fed Slate yet?
No, not yet, sir. I think I'll give him his tray right now.
Happy! You got India. Why did you throw that tray of food?
I thought they were right behind me.
You thought what? Happy, what's the matter?
They're gone. I aimed it right where their head should be, but they're gone.
Who's gone?
Slate and that other fellow. They were in their spacesuits, and suddenly they vanished. I was standing there in the galley, watching the food come out of the robo-server, and suddenly I seemed to hear a voice say...
Put up your hands.
And there's... God, look, it's right.
That's right. My pal Brock has you covered, too.
You heave the tray right through it.
And you were here all the time.
Right behind the cadet. But we're not hallucinations, Corey. We're real.
And we're going to prove it to you. The hard way.
We'll be back to Space Patrol in a moment. A big part of Christmas, especially a big part of our Christmas cards and packages, are Christmas seals. The seals that fight tuberculosis. TB strikes 1 American every 5 minutes. But progress in the fight against TB since the first Christmas seal was sold has met a saving of more than 7 million lives. The Christmas seals we use on our cards and packages help bring the greatest gift of all, the gift of good health, not only to our friends, but to everyone. This year, use the new double Christmas seals. 1 red, 1 green, the colors of Christmas. Answer your Christmas seal letter. If you haven't received yours yet, mail your contribution to your Tuberculosis Association. They'll see that you get your Christmas seals. Remember, your contribution is the important one. Thank you. Now back to our Space Patrol adventure, The Invisible Enemy. Buzz and Happy aboard the Terra 5 are transporting the criminal Clayton Slate to Venus. Undetected by the space patrollers, Rolf Boger maneuvered his own spaceship alongside the Terra 5, making it completely invisible by means of a special electronic field. The field also made it possible for Boger's accomplice, Benton Gruck, to step through the solid hulls of the ship and liberate Slate. Gruck and Slate suddenly materialized in the control cabin, taking Buzz and Happy completely by surprise. The 2 criminals, weapons in hand, are advancing on the space patrol.
Just stand where you are, Corey. If Blake and I figure out the easiest way to handle it.
Who are you? And how did you get aboard?
Not that the information is going to do you any good, but I'm Benton Grock. I got aboard from the ship that's alongside yours.
So Boger can make an entire spaceship invisible, even the viewscope rays, huh?
That's right.
It's going to be a big mystery what happened to you, Corey. Space Patrol will probably find your ship circling in space. And I wonder how I escaped and how...
Wait a minute, Blake. Better check with Boger.
Yeah, maybe we better.
Dr. Boger, come in.
Boger here. Did you get Corey?
Now, we're holding our ray guns on Corey and the cadet now. How do you want to finish him?
Well, put them to sleep with the ray gun. Then smash their space-phone transmitter. And before you leave the Terra 5, open the outer airlock. And the air escape? Well, that will take care of them.
Okay, Boger. Hey, Corey, move away from those controls. I want you hitting them when you fall. Come on, move.
All right, Grock. I guess you win this one.
What's the matter, Corey? A little weak in the knees, huh?
Yeah, my footstep, that's all. I probably stepped in some of that food Happy tossed
He's
around.
scared, Grock. The great Corey is scared.
All right, have it your way.
Hey, what's that? What's happening to the ship?
Huh? Blake, what is wrong over there? I can't see the Terra 5.
Grock,
I'm blacking out.
I don't know what's happening, Corey, but I've got to get...
Grab Slate, Happy. Brock's folded.
Yes, sir. Slate blacked out too, Commander. Ease him under the deck. I guess you must have hit the star drive control with your elbow when you slipped.
Yes, Hap. I must have.
A lucky accident. Hey, you did it on purpose. Hey, imagine knowing those controls so well you can work them with your back turned and make it look like an accident.
Now that we're in hyperspace, Bolger can't find us.
Yeah, we've got two of his men.
Get those spacesuits off of them before they revive. I don't want to have to search this ship for invisible men.
Yes, sir. I've got our hyperspace vector figured out, sir. We'll be cutting back into regular space in a few minutes.
Good. I think Brock's coming around now. Brock, snap out of it. Brock, can you hear me?
What happened?
You're in hyperspace. You're as invisible to your pal Bolger as you were to us.
Hyperspace? Stardrive. We got away from Bolger by kicking into Stardrive. Where's Slate?
He's locked up back out.
Yeah. Instead of losing us, Cook, now we've got two.
And we're going to have three, Joe. They're going to help us. Where's Bolger's hideout?
I don't know.
Don't give me that. If you've got the idea that Bolger can rescue you, just forget it. Where's his hideout?
Probably got several.
I found this map in your pocket. A chart of a section of Venus. Now, what does this mark here indicate?
I don't.
You're carrying around a map of a desolate section of Venus and you don't know what it is?
Well, maybe I'm going prospecting someday.
I'm going to jump your claim.
What do you mean?
If this map had nothing to do with Bolger, you wouldn't be so evasive. Cap, we're coming out of Star Drive. When we pull out, set a vector for Venus.
At an altitude of several miles, Buzz scans the surface of the planet Venus, as projected on the viewscope screen, while Happy keeps an eye on Benton Brock.
There's a structure down there between two rows of hills, but no sign of any activity.
How's it check with the mark on Brock's chart?
That pinpoints it exactly. Brock, have you changed your mind about talking? What is that building down there?
You're smart, Corey. You figure it out.
I have. Bolger knows that even if you don't willingly tell me what you know about him, I can get it with a brainogram. The first thought will be to rush to the most important hideout that you do know about.
Yeah? Why? To wait for you to arrest him?
No. Nor to destroy evidence and to pick up valuable equipment or money that he has hidden. That's it, isn't it?
No. No, you're way off. Way off.
We'll see. Happy lock Brock up in another compartment. I'll land the ship and we'll search that building.
With Rock and Slate securely locked up in the ship, Buzz and Happy land the Terra 5 a few hundred yards from the low, sprawling building in the Venus Hills. Now they stand before the heavy front door.
Probably not. It'll be a job to break it in.
Bolger must feel that isolation is all the protection he needs out here.
It is Bolger.
Sure seems deserted, all right.
Someone's in the next room, isn't there? Have your radio ready. I'm moving in fast. Yes, sir.
It's empty. A bunch of filing cabinets.
If it was here, through that other door. Come on.
No one's in here either. Hey, look. It's some sort of a lab.
There's no other door. Whoever came into this room is still here.
Sure, there's no place to hide.
Or do you need a place to hide?
Huh? Oh, the ultra vibration field. Hey, he can be invisible.
At the door.
Too late. We're locked in.
That's right. You walked into a trap, Corey.
It's Bolger, all right. He's on the other side of the door.
And the state from you is if I were a million GUs away.
Let's hit that door, Hap. Yes, sir.
Listen to me, Corey. You are wasting your time. You can't break out of that lab.
This door has to get some time.
Yes, but you won't live that long.
What do you mean?
I have a bottle of acid in my hand. When I turn on the vibration field, I can hurt the bottle right through the wall into that room.
Oh, tricks, huh?
Yes, it's an amazing trick. Inside the room, the bottle will leave the vibration field and become solid again. It will crash and break.
And then what?
Just wait and see, Corey. Wait and see.
He cut on the field. Is Bolger kidding us? Can he really throw a bottle through a solid?
I don't know, but if he does, try to catch it.
There's the bottle. It came right through the door. Right through the door! Smoking rockets. The lab's on fire. Quick, Hap. You gotta break down that door. You! Hit the door, Hap! The fire's spreading, sir. If the door doesn't get pretty soon, we're finished!
Back aboard the Terra 5, Benton Gruck sits on his bunk in the locked compartment, moodily contemplating his fate. At a strange sound, he raises his head, then leaps to his feet in amazement as a figure materializes just inside the bulkhead.
Bolger. You surprised about? Oh, Bolger, listen. Coy and the cadet are searching your hideout.
Yes, I know. They came in while I was finishing up a few details.
You were here? Well, where's your ship? We didn't see it.
Of course not. I left the field on. It's invisible.
What about Coy?
I expect he and the cadet are having a rather hot time right now. There's our friend, Slade.
2 compartments aft, I think.
That's fine. I stand close to me. I'm going to turn on the field up high enough to include both of us. All right, Gruck. Through the bulkhead. We release Slade, and then we get to my ship.
In the burning laboratory, Buzz and Happy are exhausted from their efforts to break down the door. Nearly overcome by smoke from the flaming acid, they prepare for another effort.
I'm only good for one more smash at the door, sir. From the smell of that smoke, that's pyronectic acid. If we can find a chemical to neutralize it, I wouldn't know it if I saw it. I'll start looking through these cabinets. No, nothing here that's any good. No chemicals at all in this one. Just belts. Maybe we'd better take one last try at the door. Yeah. These belts, they're just like the ones Brock was wearing. Put one on. They can get us out of here. Yeah, Bolger hasn't cut off that field. Better work fast. I'm going to give my belt a trial. I'll turn the control knob until I can put my hand through this cabinet. Hey, you've got it, Commander. Turn yours to number 4, Hap. Yes, sir. Got it. Okay, come on. Walk through the door. We made it. Cut the vibration control. Get to the front door. Be careful. We'll just see maybe around. Yes, sir. Okay, Hap. Hold it.
It's clear, sir.
It's over there. Sam. Bolger, Slake, and Gruck. Keep back in. I don't see it. Doesn't look like they're coming here. But where are they headed? Probably to Bolger's ship. The ship? The ship must have landed a long way off. It's got the invisibility field on. We didn't see it when we landed. Oh, sure. Well, we have to stop them before they get to the ship. We can't see it. We don't want them to see us first. How about making ourselves invisible? We don't have those special electronic spectacles. Getting the spell control off a few notches would make us invisible, all right, but we'd be blind. How come? Probably because our optic nerves and the retinas of our eyes would be transparent to light. Without the goggles to rectify the light frequencies, we wouldn't do anything by being invisible. If we could get behind them and sneak up. That's our only chance. We'll pass behind that thick clump of trees. We can make it to the trees with these fairly close. Yeah, but provided they don't change their direction. All right, let's go.
How far is it to the ship, Butcher?
Oh, less than 100 yards. It's just this side of the big green soak.
Imagine being that close to a spaceship and not being able to see it.
You're seeing the oak right through the hull, Gruff.
One thing, sure, Butcher. You really took care of Corey. Look at the smoke and flames shooting up over that clump of trees.
Yes. The laboratory is in an inferno by now. In a few minutes, the entire building will collapse in flames.
I gotta hand it to you, Booger. Corey sure met his match this time.
There is nothing in our way anymore, gentlemen. Incidentally, I will have to board the ship first and cut off the fuel transmitter.
Why?
To materialize the ship. Otherwise, you couldn't see to get aboard. And you would pass right through the hull.
Oh, sure, I forgot it. Look behind us.
What are you? That? I thought you said you'd finished.
Listen, Happy. Yes, sir. Bolger, do something. Let go of me, Corey. Bolger, help it. He's gone. Vanished. Okay, I'm through.
All right, get a hurry to break you up.
If Porter hadn't run out on us.
Maybe he didn't run.
Maybe he shut up, Doc.
Commander, I hear what Gruff said. He might have run off a witness. And being invisible, he could pop up any place.
Yeah, you better let us go, Corey. Porter will be back with a blaster any minute. It'll work just like that bottle of acid back in the lab.
Yeah. Only this time he won't miss.
He's probably aiming at you right now, Corey. Point blank. What's that?
It's your pal, Bolger. He's deserting you.
Oh, an invisible spaceship blasting him. That's the strangest sight I've ever seen. I mean, it's the strangest sight I never saw.
We'll figure it out later, Hank. Let's get these men back to the ship. Then we'll work out a plan to trap Bolger.
Yes, sir. And the next time he shows up invisible, if he's invisible the next time I see him, if I see him, I'll grab him.
A preview of next week's Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. At this particular time in our history, millions of young men throughout the country are faced with military obligations. If you are a young man between 17 and 18 and a half, you can start fulfilling your military obligations right in your own hometown by joining the National Guard. You can go to school or hold down a job at the same time. You will go on active duty only if your outfit is needed in a national emergency. But the Guard offers many advantages and opportunities for its recruits. These include extra income, learning new skills, pilot training, retirement benefits, and sports and social activities. Get the facts about joining from your local National Guard Armory. Now a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are in the Jupiter City atmosphere plant, searching for a powerful bomb hidden by the criminal Bolger.
Commander, listen. Hear that?
Here, this way.
There it is.
I've got to figure out how to deactivate this thing.
10 seconds, Commander. It's getting ready to go off.
If this isn't the right control, Jupiter City will be blown off the planet.
Be with us next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, The City of Hidden Doom. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Norm Jolly, Ken Mayer, and Bela Kovac. Lee Zimmer speaking. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at the same time for exciting adventure on Space Patrol. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Nestle's Ever-Ready, the instant cocoa. Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk. And Nestle's chocolate bars now present Space Patrol. High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are in the Jupiter City atmosphere plant searching for a powerful bomb hidden by the criminal Boger.
Commander, listen. Hear that? The timing device. We're close to it. Here, this way. There it is.
Well, I can figure out how to deactivate this thing.
10 seconds, Commander. It's getting ready to go off.
If this isn't the right control, Jupiter City will be blown off the planet.
We'll return in just a moment with the thrilling story, The City of Hidden Doom.
Space Patrollers, this is Commander Corey. Let me ask you something. When Mom and Dad had their breakfast coffee this morning, did you have a good hot drink? You know, you need a real warm-up for all-day power. That's why you should always start the day the Space Patrol way with a big cup of Nestle's Instant Cocoa. It's just loaded with good hot nourishment for real energy. And Nestle's makes the greatest hot cocoa you've ever tasted. It's rich, it's smooth, it's delicious. It's really out of this universe. Now, wait till you see what fun it is to fix. Now, Nestle's Everready is so easy, it just about makes it simple. Now, listen, here's all you do. Just put 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of Nestle's in your cup and add hot water. That's all. Now, you're all ready to drink it and get your supply of morning pep. Nestle's Everready is the complete cocoa, too. You add nothing but water because whole milk and sugar are already in it. You ought to see the lineup around here when they sound a Nestle's call. Everybody goes for that delicious Nestle's chocolate flavor. That goes for me, too. Why don't you get the Nestle's Space Patrol habit and ask Mom to stock your galley with Nestle's and drink it regularly, the way we do. And you'll have power to spare. That's Nestle's Everready Cocoa in the bright red can.
And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The City of Hidden Doom. Commander Corey and Cadet Happy are aboard the Terra 5, bound for the planet Jupiter, where the governors of the 5 outer planets are holding a conference. Whatever problems these great leaders have to discuss, Buzz knows they are no more important than the one that faces him as Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. The entire United Planets are at the mercy of a criminal who controls a device that makes matter invisible. Walls and locked doors are no barriers, and delicate warning systems are no restraint to Rolf Boger in his pursuit of crime. Thinking of this powerful enemy, Happy has been unusually silent on this flight to Jupiter.
Worried about Boger, Happy?
You guessed it. And for all we know, he might be right on our tail right now in that invisible spaceship of his, and we'd never know it.
He might be it, huh?
He can go anywhere he wants to and steal whatever he wants. And nobody will know about it until they discover what's missing. Being invisible gives Boger every advantage.
No, not quite. When the crime's committed with no clues at all, you'll know that Boger did it.
A lot of good that does. But he can get away with it again and again.
And there's another thing to remember. Boger can steal money while he's invisible, but he can't spend it that way.
Yeah. If we could only nab him when he's on a spending spree.
That'll depend on Boger's temperament. He's like most crooks, there'll come a time when he'll have to show off, make a big public splurge.
But that might not be for weeks or months. You know, Commander, I've been thinking. What's to keep Boger from coming to the governor's conference? Being invisible, he could be right in the room listening to secret information.
That's one reason we're going to be there, huh?
But if he's invisible, what can we do?
They've forgotten those belts and electronic spectacles we put from Boger's men.
Hey, that's right. If Boger turns on that high frequency field to make himself invisible, we'll be invisible too. And we can see Boger and capture him.
We couldn't fool Boger that easy. Besides, I wanted to think I've come to Jupiter City to guard the governor. To give us freedom of movement for a plan I put into operation.
They're trying to trap Boger?
Yeah. He's got big ideas. We need more equipment. Equipment and materials that are hard to get.
For his frequency field transmitters and the control box.
Right. Our security lab technicians have examined the 2 pieces of Boger's paraphernalia that we've captured. They don't know how it works, but they know the materials that go into it. Now, here's the general idea.
In the city of Kuban, on the planet Saturn, Rolf Boger set up temporary headquarters almost next door to the local Space Patrol unit. Working at his desk, Boger seems to be completely unaware that a visitor is materializing out of nothingness only a few feet away. As the visitor turns the control on his belt, Boger flips a switch on a panel at his right.
Yes, Rubeck. What is it?
Well, Commander Corey is in Jupiter City. Corey's at the governor's conference. Major Robertson, the security chief, will act as executive officer at Terra headquarters.
Did you find out anything else?
No. I didn't wander around because I didn't want to step outside the beam and suddenly find myself visible with the Space Patrol guards all around me.
So Corey's guarding the government, huh? Mm-hmm. We are blasting off right away to Jupiter City.
But Corey's there. Didn't you just say
I
that?
said to listen. Now, I have managed to pick up some very interesting information. Information about the shipment of some very hard-to-get electronics equipment.
Yes? What kind?
Elements we can use in our transmitters.
Where is it?
In the warehouse, 23 at Jupiter City Spaceport. Now, here's the plan I worked out. When we get to Jupiter City, we'll get a large surface truck, a van. There will be a field transmitter in the truck to make it invisible.
That's great. Park it close to the warehouse, fill it up with invisible equipment, take it to our spaceship and blast off.
During the few short hours of night on Jupiter, the small warehouse, number 23, is deserted. Buzz and Happy wait in a tiny locked office, each of them wearing a belt that, when energized by an ultra-vibration field, will make them invisible. On their foreheads, ready to be snapped into place over their eyes, are the special electronic spectacles that let a totally invisible person see ordinary matter as well as other invisible objects. Happy peers through a small hole in the office partition, watching a stack of crates.
What is it, sir? It's starting to fade out. So are you, Commander?
We're becoming invisible. It means our belts are picking up radiation from our soldiers' transmitter. We must be outside the warehouse. Put the spectacles in the case. I'll catch back at the equipment.
Yes, sir. Somebody just stepped through the wall of the warehouse, sir.
Is it there? What's it going to do?
No, sir.
We're going to decide on stuff this office. We're walking toward the equipment now.
Are you sure it's a warehouse? So that they move back? Not a stolen site. I've located what we're after. The van isn't any too big either. There's quite a lot of stuff here. Make sure there is no watchmen around. Now, there's nobody here. Anyway, there's a small office just to the right of the crate. Looks like it's locked up. Go inside and make sure. I divided the electron field so we can walk through the partition. All right. Nobody in the office, Bowden. All right. Get busy and load the van. Some of those boxes are pretty big. I may need some help. I am not leaving the truck unless I have to. Get busy. All right.
Boger's probably in the cab of the truck. We could grab him while his pal Rubeck is in the warehouse. I can't feel his dangerous now. Boger would suddenly alter it to cut it off. It might catch Rubeck back in and half out of the summer.
I never thought of that.
Without putting Boger off, we got to find out where the transmitter is. Here comes Rubeck with a crate, sir.
Right through the warehouse wall.
All right, there's the first one, Bowden. Hurry up. I want this truck loaded before the day crew shows up. You picked the easy job, all right. Sitting up there in the cab. Somebody's got to keep watch. Now, hurry up.
Rubeck makes trip after trip from warehouse to truck while Boger watches from the cab. But when the van is full, Buzz and Happy climb aboard. Invisible men in an invisible truck.
Everything's all right, Bowden. Let's get going. All right. Well, it looks like it is a profitable night's work, Rubeck. Yes, sir. A profitable night's work.
In the dark interior of the van, Buzz and Happy are aware only of motion, and swerve from side to side as the big truck rumbles to an unknown destination. After several moments, it comes to a stop.
work your way up to the door here. Don't make any noise. Okay, sir. I wonder if the truck is still invisible. I don't think so. Step low.
Let the truck go for a minute through back.
Don't you want it unloaded?
It will be all right here in the garage. Come on.
All right.
Garage, you say? Yeah, in the garage. Well, we'll leave that waiting for a while. I'll give us a chance to go over the van and be ready for it. Let's go. Easy, I'm making it down. It's all clear, sir. Okay, jump on. They've got a place to hide where they can watch the truck. And how about... Commander!
Don't reach for your weapon.
Bolger.
Keep your blaster on them, Rebecca. The trick backfired for you. Now you're in my trap.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. Say, here comes Tony Sides. I'll be. He's growing a mustache.
Who? Me, Captain Truesdale? What do you mean?
Why, you sure have.
Ah, gee whiz. That's no mustache. That's a Nestle's Cocoa. You see, I had a cup just a few minutes ago. Well, I guess I was in such a hurry to drink it, I got some on my upper lip. I'll lick it off. Gee, that's good.
See, that's what everybody says, Tony. Nestle's Eveready makes the best cocoa in the universe. It's so rich, so chocolatey, and so smooth.
Since we got the Space Patrol habit at our house, all my brothers and sisters drink Nestle's Cocoa for breakfast. We love the way it tastes. And boy, we sure love the pep it gives us. Starting the day with a hot drink is real smart. Especially when that drink is Nestle's Cocoa.
You said it. And Nestle's Eveready is so easy to fix it practically makes itself. You just put 1, 2, 3 spoonfuls in your cup and add hot water, and that's all there is to it. Milk and sugar are already in Nestle's, so you don't have to add a thing.
Say, as long as Nestle's Cocoa is so good and so easy to fix, well, I mean...
You mean we ought to fix us some real fast and maybe both get mustaches?
You bet.
Gang, how about you? If you haven't tried the Space Patrol way to start the day, don't wait anymore. Chow up for delicious Nestle's Cocoa. Ask your mom to get Nestle's in the bright red can. And now, back to our Space Patrol adventure, the City of Hidden Doom. By means of an electromagnetic field that renders matter invisible, Ralph Bolger and his accomplice Rubeck were able to steal electromagnetic equipment from a warehouse at the Jupiter City spaceport. Hoping to capture the criminals, Buzz and Happy hid in the trunk. When the vehicle halted, the space patrollers thought Bolger and Rubeck had temporarily left the scene. Upon leaping from the truck, however, Buzz and Happy were surprised by the criminals, who rushed them with blast guns.
That's it, Corey. Hold your hands high. You too, Cadet. Take their weapons, Rubeck.
All right. Well, how about those belts they're wearing?
Remove them. They won't be needing them anymore.
What are you going to do when the Space Patrol places this van here at the garage, Bolger?
The van cannot be traced, Corey. It was driven here with the invisibility field on.
When did you find out we were in the truck?
When I was loading it back at the warehouse, I saw you duck behind a box, Cadet, so I pretended to come back and check the warehouse once more.
Get into that room, Commander. Go on.
You heard of me. Both of you, get moving.
I will lock you in here while I tend to a small errand. And you'll find out for yourself that it is impossible to escape. You can shout and pound all you want. No one will hear you.
In case someone calls while you're out, what'll we tell them?
Well, you can just tell them that we are helping ourselves to the vault at the Jupiter City Bank. But don't worry, no one will be here asking for us.
The Jupiter City Bank? Well, that's one of the best guarded banks in the United Planets.
Yes, I know. But we can walk right through Endurium walls, calmly help ourselves, and walk out.
We won't even trip on a wall.
You'll see us soon, Corey, for the last time. Shut the door, Rubeck.
Well, when I look at this place, Bolger's invisibility gadget is the only thing that could get us out. It's a heavy door and there's no window. How can we know how to use the battery now? After they've been cleaned out, Bolger must have kept the room ready for a use like this. Look carefully and every time I have to come forward with anything that could mean a way out of here.
We're out of luck, sir. Anyway, we tried.
There's one place we haven't looked.
Unless there's a trap door in the floor, I don't know where it'd be.
There's a beam running across the ceiling. If I boost it up, you can reach it.
Well, sure, but I don't see what...
You haven't much time. Just sit on my shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, Commander.
All right, Hap. Get along the top of the beam. I'll walk from one side of the room to the other.
I don't think we'll find anything. There's barely enough room for my fingers between the beam and the ceiling.
Cover every inch very carefully. Find anything?
Just dust and some spider webs.
I'll move farther down.
Hold it, Commander. Here's something. It's a smooth strip of metal. Yeah, I guess it... Whoa!
Endurium bomb. Jump down, Hap. This may do it.
It's not very big, sir. You couldn't hammer the door down with that.
No, but it may be thin enough to stick to the track at the hinge side of the door. If Endurium doesn't bend, we may have an effective pull bomb.
Let's try it.
Sit back. We've only had another 2 minutes. No chance. This bomb may come in here. You open the door. Stand clear. Yes, sir.
Come on out. I said come on out. You've got something behind your back, Corey. And you will notice I have a blaster in my hand. Now drop whatever it is you are hiding and don't come any closer. Now, if you don't drop that tool or whatever it is, I'll fire.
All right.
I see I returned just in time. By the way, Commander, our visit to the bank was quite profitable. I am now a millionaire.
Soldier, we've been tricked.
What do you mean?
It's crates we took from the warehouse. There's nothing in them but junk.
What?
Open a couple of boxes. It's nothing but scrap metal and some old useless electronics equipment.
Back, you fool. You loaded the wrong crate.
No, I didn't. The numbers checked with the list you gave me.
Got it. You had something to do with this.
You didn't think I was going to give you new equipment, did you?
Oh, that's how you happened to be in the warehouse, huh? You planted that information on one of my agents.
Right. I found out who he was from one of your men we've captured.
Why, you...
Watch it, Bolger. You'll blow a gasket.
Well, I show you that nobody makes a fool of Ralph Bolger. Your life isn't enough to pay for this swindle, Corey. The entire city's going to pay the penalty.
What are you talking about?
The United Planets are going to learn to respect me. And to teach them that lesson, I'm going to destroy Jupiter City.
Wait a minute, Bolger.
Shut up, Ruben. Those explosives in the subcellar of this building. We are going to get them.
There isn't enough there to destroy a city this size, and anyway... there's no
one bomb will do the job. If it's exploded in the right place. In the atmosphere plant.
Bolger, you can't be serious. You know what will happen if that plant's blown up?
Of course. The atmosphere shell will be shattered. The heavy poisonous gases of Jupiter will pour into the city.
This mass murder of innocent people. What good is it going to do you?
It will teach the entire universe the folly of defying Ralph Bolger.
Listen, what about us? When the city down around our own heads isn't
You
going
idiot! You don't think I intend to stay here, do you? By the time the bomb explodes, we'll be thousands of miles away from Jupiter.
Rubeck, listen. Don't let this maniac force you to...
Shut up! I know what I'm doing. After you unload that junk out of the van, you are going to help Rubeck bring the bomb out from the cellar.
Moments later, an invisible truck bearing its deadly cargo rolls through the streets of the unsuspecting city toward the atmosphere plant. Leaving Rubeck at the truck to direct the protecting beam of invisibility, Bolger forces Buzz and Happy to carry the bomb to a vital part of the building.
Just keep going, gentlemen. A little faster, please.
How can we go faster? We can't even see. Why didn't you let us wear those electronic spectacles?
You might be distracted. Just a few steps more. There. Set the bomb down. Now, stand back. I'm going to set the timing device. And just remember, I'm still covering you with this blaster, so don't attempt anything daring.
How much time are you giving?
Just a half an hour. The bomb will explode at 1,600 hours. You may be interested to know that it is resting in a hollow space between two thick concrete walls.
Well, no one could possibly find it.
Exactly. And also, where it will do the most damage. Now, let us return to the truck. I'm rather anxious to get to the spaceport and blast off. I trust you understand.
Driven by Boger, the invisible truck races to the spaceport, with Buzz and Happy in the rear under the watchful eyes of Rubeck. As the truck goes to a stop, Boger calls back to his miniature spacephone.
Everything okay back there, Rubeck?
Yes.
You wait here in the truck until I get the spaceship ready for blast off. I've loosened the bracket on the invisibility field transmitter so you can carry it with you to the ship.
All right.
And remember, keep that invisibility field on until you're aboard the ship.
Yes, I know. Get going, Boger.
Okay. I'll take care of the money. When you leave the truck, lock Corey and the cadet inside. I'll see you later. Boger out.
Rubeck, listen. You don't want the destruction of an entire city on your conscience. Let's go back and deactivate that bomb.
Are you crazy? Even if I wanted to, I couldn't find it. I was in the truck, remember? And you two weren't wearing electronic spectacles, so you couldn't find it either.
At least we could try.
Yes. What have you got to lose? It's different. Getting aboard that ship with Boger. And my share of $1 million credits.
Rubeck, listen. Boger will double-cross you sooner or later. He's done it to the other
Keep
guys.
quiet, cadet. I'm getting ready to run for the ship when I hear the word from Boger. I'm getting out of the truck. I want you to hand me that field transmitter. Remember, I've got this blaster ready. All right, Corey. Bring me the transmitter.
Okay. It's rather heavy.
Corey, you clumsy fool. You shut off the field.
Well, so I have.
Rubeck, what's the matter with you? Why did you cut off that field?
Are you ready to blast off?
You idiot! What do you think the guards will do when they see the big truck suddenly appear out of nothing in the middle of the blast-off strip?
Corey did it. Till I come aboard now.
You bungler! I can see two patrol cars heading this way now. To take the truck off the strip, I'm blasting off.
No, Boger. Wait for me.
The bomb! You can't keep me here! Wait, Boger, wait!
Done.
We're in the same fix we are now, Rubeck. Might as well help us find that bomb.
I've still got a chance. A small private cruiser over there. I'm blasting off when I catch up with Boger. That satchel there in the truck. The joke's on Boger. He took the wrong satchel. The bank money's in this one. Come on, or I'll blast you.
Give it to him, Doc.
Yes.
Now, I'm heading to that cruiser. If anybody tries to stop me, I'll blast them to bits. So long, Commander.
Commander, can't we do anything to stop him?
I think so. I've got my pair of those electronic spectacles. Somewhere here in the truck.
Yes, sir.
I'll get this field transmitter to work again. It's on. I don't know if I can focus it on Rubeck.
Here are the goggles, sir.
Thanks. Find a pair for yourself. This trucker's going to be invisible in a few seconds.
Then the patrol cars won't see us.
That's not important now, Hap. Let me have that miniature spacephone.
Yes, sir. Commander, Rubeck's almost at the cruiser.
Rubeck, this is Commander Corey. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thanks for making me invisible.
How do you think you're going to operate a spaceship when your hands will pass completely through the controls?
What?
Remember, the ship will still be solid matter, and you're practically a phantom, a ghost.
Corey, cut off that field.
I'm getting the orders now. You're going to help us locate that bomb. It's your only chance to save your own skin.
All right. You win, Corey.
Now throw that blaster down and come back to the truck.
I'm coming.
Smoke and rocket, Commander. It's 10 minutes to 1600. We've got 10 minutes to save Jupiter City.
With a thoroughly frightened Rubeck between them in the front seat of the truck, Buzz and Happy rush the huge, invisible vehicle through the streets to the atmosphere plant. Then they watch carefully as Rubeck, trembling with fear, adjusts the transmitter, projecting a beam of invisibility through a solid structure of the plant.
There. That's the way I had it adjusted before.
All right. Come on, Rubeck. Let's get that bomb.
I'll wait here at the transmitter. Something may go wrong.
It's sure to go wrong if you're here.
Yeah, after we shut the bomb off, you'd cut the field transmitter and leave us stuck somewhere inside a concrete wall.
No, I promise.
We're taking no chances. Come on.
No. Well, I won't go in there without someone watching things. I don't want to be buried alive.
We haven't got time to argue, Rubeck.
Let go of me!
This'll keep you quiet.
I hope he stays out cold until we get back.
If you don't hurry, we won't get there. In 2 minutes, that bomb will go off. Come on, Hap.
I sure hope we're going in the right direction.
In the distance we walked to Boger, the bomb must be in the east part of the building.
Well, that isn't much help. It would take hours to search between all the walls, and we've only got a minute.
Now, wait, Hap. Remember, Boger made us turn to the left. Keep us from going down a ramp to the third level.
Yeah, that's right. That means we're on the second level.
That's this way.
I know where it is now. Hurry.
I hope you're right, Commander. Oh, wow, look at the time. In a few seconds, that bomb is going to blow Jupiter City clear off the planet.
There's a ramp, Happy. Now turn left, right through this wall.
Yes, sir.
Now we're in the space between two walls.
Commander, listen. Hear that?
A timing device. We're close to it. Here, this way.
There it is.
I hope we can figure out how to deactivate this thing.
10 seconds, Commander. It's getting ready to go off.
If this isn't the right control, we're finished.
Commander, this is something I never thought I'd be able to see.
What is it, Happy?
It's now 10 seconds after 1600.
Time to get to work. Load this bomb, back up to the truck, and put it over to the munitions office. Come on.
Hey, Rubek, wake up. Snap out of it. You've slept long enough.
The bomb. What about the bomb?
Oh, it's all taken care of. Safe and deactivated in the back of the truck.
Sit up, Rubek. I'm driving you to headquarters.
If ever I get my hands on him.
Oh, you'll be seeing him very soon, Rubek, at the Criminal Rehab Center.
Right, Hap. Now that we've got an invisibility field transmitter, we can fight Bolger with his own weapons.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment.
Space Patrollers, can you pass this quiz? What does every active, alert fellow and girl need every single morning?
A good hot breakfast drink.
Right. Now, what's the best hot breakfast drink there is?
Nestle's Ever-Ready Cocoa.
100% correct. It's an easy quiz because we all know that for real warm-up pep, you want to start your day the Nestle way. Just put 1, 2, 3 spoonfuls of Nestle's in your cup, add hot water, and it's all made, all ready to drink. And man, what sensational flavor. Rich, chocolatey, delicious. There's no other drink like it. Why don't you tell Mom about Nestle's? Remember, the rich whole milk and sugar are already in it, so you don't add a thing but water. And here's the final question. What do you look for at your grocery store?
Nestle's Ever-Ready Cocoa. Bright red can.
Nestle's Ever-Ready. You said it.
And now a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are on Neptune following the criminal Ralph Bolger into a deserted factory building. An invisibility transmitter concealed outside enables them to trail Bolger through the solid walls of a huge metal tank.
Wow, it's sure dark in here.
I've a chance to close in on Bolger. Let me step through the other side of the tank. Rush him.
Yes, sir. Oh, Commander, the wall is solid. We can't get through.
Something happened to our invisibility field transmitter. We're sealed inside the tank.
Be with us again next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, Escape from Neptune. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Ken Mayer, Bela Kovach, and Tony Sides. Dick Neufeld speaking. This week's Space Patrol was brought to you by Nestle's Ever-Ready, the instant cocoa. Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk, and famous Nestle's chocolate bars. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood.
This is ABC Radio Network.
The American Broadcasting Company Radio Network presents Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are on Neptune, following the criminal Ralph Bolger into a deserted factory building. An invisibility transmitter concealed outside enables them to trail Bolger through the solid walls of a huge metal tank.
No, it sure is dark in here.
Now's a chance to close in on Bolger. And you step through the other side of the tank. Rush it.
Yes, sir. Hey! Oh. Commander, the wall is solid. We can't get through.
Something happened to the invisibility fuel transmitter. We're sealed inside the tank.
We'll be back in a moment with the thrilling story, Escape from Neptune. The children in American families will receive things like bikes, trains, dolls, books for Christmas. But there are many children in the world today who would be happy if they had enough to eat on Christmas Day. Thousands of children in Europe, Asia, South America, the Philippines, and Korea are suffering from inadequate food, lack of clothing, and cramped living quarters. Include these children on your gift list. For $1, CARE will send 28 pounds of food abroad in your name to an orphanage or a needy family. If you can spare more than $1, fine. Send your contribution to Food Crusade, CARE, C-A-R-E, CARE, New York, to any local CARE office, or to CARE through any Railway Express agency. And now today's Space Patrol adventure, Escape from Neptune. For several weeks, a feeling of insecurity and fear has been spreading throughout the United Planets. Despite the relentless efforts of Commander Corey and the Space Patrol, a master criminal continues to strike where he pleases, under the protection of an electronic device that renders him invisible. At the present moment, the criminal Ralph Bolger is making use of a temporarily inactive factory building in the capital city of the planet Neptune. Bolger stands glowering down at an elderly man who lies exhausted on a crude bike.
You had enough rest, Rayburn. Get back to work.
I can't work anymore, Bolger. I'm completely worn out. Let me alone, please.
Now you listen to me. I've got to have another invisibility field transmitter right away. I only got one before he captured the other one. Now get up and into the workshop. I had enough of your stubborn attitude. If you think Corey's going to rescue you, forget it. The Space Patrol isn't even looking for you. Sure, isn't it? Corey thinks I stole your invisibility equipment, and then I got rid of you. That is right. Your life depends on one thing, Rayburn. Your usefulness to me. Now, get busy and finish the transmitter.
I couldn't even if I wanted.
Why not?
There's not enough I don't. Just the key to the invisibility.
Just tell me where to get it.
Not like ordinary materials. We just can't go out and buy it or steal it. It has to be manufactured. Made from one of the rare earths under tremendous heat and pressure. I've never made more than 5 pounds of this stuff.
How much of that 5 pounds have you used? Come on, tell me.
That's worth about a pound and a half. That's so much waste. It just has to be ground down with braces.
And there is still about 3.5 pounds of vibronium in existence.
Perhaps, but I don't know where it is.
Who worked with you on that invention?
No.
Don't lie to me. A moment ago, you said we never made more than 5 pounds of that stuff. Now, who is we?
It was some time ago. I don't remember. I've had a lot of different assistants over the years.
Don't tell me you don't remember who worked with you on an invention as important as this.
Yes.
You got to have help to build a transmitter. Someone who knows what they are doing. I'm going to bring that assistant of yours here to Neptune City.
No, you can't do that.
You are going to write a letter. It's the only way you can save your life.
In his central office at Space Patrol headquarters on Terra, Commander Corey cuts off the intercom and turns to Cadet Hackett.
Hap, that list of former associates of Professor Rayburn, have you got it handy?
Yes, sir. It's right here.
You can cross off number 23.
23. That's Lanine Hardy.
Yes. There's a whole list of 40 people. She's the only one who's been interested in that call here in Tesla.
Yeah. So far, the best we've got is a note from a former student that saw Professor Rayburn 3 years ago.
How to get it, I think. Okay, come on. Miss Harvey? Miss Harvey, this is Cadet Hackett.
How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Hardy?
Please sit down.
Thank you, Commander. I'll tell you why I came here. I received this letter yesterday. It from Professor Raven's handwriting.
Dear Lemon, I reached a point in my work where only you can help me. You realize the nature of my experience, and I ask you to bring every step about Germany you can lay your hands on. Please tell no one about this. Come at once. Are you sure this is his handwriting?
Positive.
Part of his pages and turn off.
Yes, I did. There was an address in Neptune City. I memorized it and then tore it off and destroyed it.
Do you know anything about the fact that Professor's invisibility field transmitters have been used in a series of times?
Oh, no.
Miss Harvey, Professor's life is in danger. If you follow the instructions in that letter, you can lead us to Ralph Bolger and possibly save the Professor's life, but at the risk of your own.
What's the alternative?
I guess the rest of Neptune City. The next part is surprise Bolger.
You'd be more sure of success if I helped. Is that it?
Yes. With a concealed miniature space phone, let us know the layout. If it's like our villagers outside.
All right, Commander. I'll keep the appointment.
I warn you that we'll be interested in arranging this matter.
I know. But if I go to Neptune City, I'll be in danger at a certain time and place. If I don't go, I'll never be safe anywhere or any time.
Until Bolger's captured, it's clear of us. Thank you, Miss Harvey. I'll get a miniature space phone for you, then you can proceed to Neptune City. In his hideout in Neptune City, Ralph Bolger received a space phone call from Chip Getman, one of his agents on Terra.
We'll be on the Green Star Special, Bolger. That'll bring her to Neptune tomorrow about 1300 hours.
Has she contacted anyone?
I don't think so. Spent a couple of hours at the Scientific Library. Came out a different exit, wasn't it?
For how long?
Not more than 20 minutes. I picked her up again on Terra Boulevard, the United Planets Park.
That is right near Space Patrol headquarters.
Yeah. Now it's
And she could have visited headquarters.
might have, but she didn't act like it.
That's a brilliant remark, Getner. Just how does a person behave after he has been in Space Patrol headquarters? Is there something different about him?
Well, no. What I meant was...
Listen, Getner. We are going to change our plans slightly. If Lanning Harvey talks to Corey, he may be watching that address here in Neptune City.
So what? You'll be invisible and so will I be.
Corey has one of those field transmitters. We'll have to get the girl before she gets to that address. Can you get to Neptune before she dies?
Sure. If I blast off right away.
Well, do that. I'll put the invisibility transmitter in a surface car and meet you at Neptune City Spaceport. We'll grab the girl before she gets anywhere near the place where she expects to meet Rayburn.
Several hours later, a surface car moves slowly along the street in Neptune City. Both the car and the two men in it are invisible to the throngs along the busy thoroughfare. Moreover, the field generated by the transmitter enables them to pass through matter in its normal state. Thus, the stream of traffic is completely unaware of the existence of the invisible car and its occupants.
Slow down a little, Getner. The girl is stopping to look in the store window.
Moving on now. She's heading right toward the park.
Stop the car. Do not touch that field transmitter. It's set just the way I want it.
Several blocks away, near the address given them by Lenine Harvey, Buzz and Happy keep close watch on an apartment building through electronic spectacles. Like Bolger and Getner, they, too, are in a surface car made invisible by an ultra-vibration transmitter.
Miss Harvey should be here pretty soon, Commander. Yes. Now remember her. You don't move until she's inside and has a chance to let us know the setup. If the first Bolger stays with her and doesn't give her a chance to use the space phone, we can tell a lot by the conversation. Just to know how many we've got to fight.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
Yes, Miss Harvey. She's in trouble now. Bolger stopped sooner than expected. We'll find out where she is.
Help me, someone!
Someone in this time to see you were here.
Bolger.
You're hurting me!
Then stop. Something. Come on, get in the car.
He must have grabbed her right on the street.
What have you done to my eyes? I can't see.
You are invisible to special electron spectacles. Now, get to that car.
Where are you taking me?
Well, that's the racer.
I was going to be a bit.
Now, then, waiting in the factory building. Let's go, Gettner.
How do we get to the factory?
We just go straight out on Draco Boulevard. It's a Draco and Gamma.
Draco and Gamma, let's go, Hap. Yes, sir.
Protected by the invisibility field, Buzz and Happy drive to the deserted factory building at Draco and Gamma. Their electronic spectacles enable them to see another car perform the amazing feat of passing through a solid fence. Swiftly, Buzz adjusts the field of their own transmitter. Then he and Happy get out of the car.
There's Boulder, and he's got Miss Harvey. I'm headed toward the building. But there was another man in the car. Let's go ahead. The man in the car can't see us even through young electronic spectacles. So all we've got to do is follow Boulder and the girl. Right, come on. Boulder's carrying his portable transmitter into the building. Well, there they go, right through the wall. That's what I have to keep him in sight. Here's where they step to the wall. Be ready to rush Boulder. He's leading toward that big storage tank. They're walking right through the tank. It's sure dark in here. And they step through the other side of the tank. Rush Boulder. Yes, sir.
The wall is solid. We can't get through.
Something happened to the invisibility field transmitter. We're sealed inside the tank.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. The United States has seen many changes in the past dozen years, all pointing to a still better way of living. Millions more Americans are working, earning more, saving more. We're eating more and eating better. More young people are going to high school and college. More of us are getting paid vacations. More of us are enjoying the luxuries of life. Sports, radio, television, the theater, concerts. Church attendance and membership has climbed steadily upward. In addition to these material and spiritual changes have come the miracles of jet propulsion, supersonic flight, antibiotics. The better you know America, the better the future looks. Write for the free booklet, The Future of America, Box 1776, Grand Central Station, New York, 17. Now back to today's Space Patrol adventure, Escape from Neptune. Ralph Boger and his accomplice, Chip Gettner, have captured Lenine Harvey and have taken her to a deserted factory in Neptune City, where they intend to force her to build invisibility field transmitters. Buzz and Happy were following Boger and his captive through the metal walls of a huge storage tank. Suddenly, the electronic field was cut off, and the space patrollers found themselves sealed inside the tank. Now, in another part of the factory building, Ralph Boger unlocked the door and thrust Lenine into a room.
Get in there!
Lenine.
Professor Raven.
You two probably have a lot to talk about. So I'll leave you together for a while.
Force me to write that letter, Lenine.
I understand.
And there is something else you are going to understand. Both of you. You are here for just one purpose, to build invisibility transmitters. I will be back in a few minutes.
But you have no idea what the thing is for.
Please, Professor, I don't blame you. Right now, we've got to think of a way to help Commander Torres. He's in a worse fix than we are. Yes, we thought of that. Boger and his friend Gettner sealed the command in a big storage tank. We got to have him with her upstream till it was too late. I was found inside the tank. I realized the commander was in prison. I think to get Happy when they're with him.
It's a large tank. It could survive for some time
Unless what?
The tank can be filled with gas. There's a compression chamber next to the tank filled with dynamite.
Dynamite? That's deadly poison.
Doesn't occur to Bozer to turn that valve.
He's done with it. I saw him while near the tank. I twisted the valve as he walked past. I didn't think about it. How much time have we got? Yes, to save the commander.
It can survive 10 or 15 minutes, perhaps. I can't get get out of this room. I know. I tried it.
We've got the fuel transmitter.
It's no good without the belts. We couldn't walk through the wall unless we were wearing belts with the control units turned on.
The commander and the cadet are wearing belts. That's how they got into the tank in the first place. If we could focus the field toward them...
It's worth a try.
Quick, Professor. Turn on the transmitter.
How long have we been trapped here, sir?
About 10 minutes, I'd say.
It seems like hours. It was 15:40 when we pulled up outside the factory, and now it's... Hey, sir, I can't even see the dial on my watch. It's so dark.
The dial's luminous, Hap. You should be able... That's strange. I can't see my watch either.
Maybe the gas has affected our eyes.
Hap, you got your electronic goggles on?
No, sir. I slipped them up on my forehead. Now I can see the watch. It's 15:52.
We couldn't see the dial because we're inside an invisibility field. Somebody turned on a transmitter.
Maybe we can get out of here.
On your feet, Hap, quick.
We made it.
Maybe like we can spot.
What's the matter? I'm blacking out.
It's a shock of pure air. That gas in the tank.
There's no shape to look for Bolger.
We'll hide behind that stack of supplies till we recover. Can you make it?
I don't think so.
Well, relax, Hap.
I hope we got it focused right, Professor.
I think so. The trouble is, in that dark tank, they might not know the field is on. With that gas pouring in...
Please, Professor.
Wait. Your space balloon. You can tell them. Why didn't we think of that before?
I did think of it. I didn't dare turn it on unless Bolger and his partner are here with me.
Yes, I see what you mean. If they have space at home, I happen to be near the commander, your voice would give away the whole thing.
Someone's coming. What about the field transmitter?
They're coming. So you see, Lenny, all I did was devise circuits to combine and control the effects you and I discovered years ago.
Well, I'm glad to see you have decided to cooperate. Wait a minute. Is that thing on?
I was merely demonstrating to Miss Harvey the sequence of operations.
Shut it off, quick!
Of course, if you say so.
I wouldn't want the field to penetrate the storage tank, although it wouldn't make any difference now.
Well, what do you mean?
You didn't know it, Miss Harvey, but Commander Corey and Cadet Happy are in the tank. You'll never be troubled by Corey again.
Did you go inside the tank?
With all the poisonous gas in there? Don't be foolish. Now, come with me, both of you.
Where are you taking us?
We are blasting off for Saturn. Getman has taken the field transmitter out of the commander's car. Now, I will take this one, and we will go to the spaceport.
Bolger, listen. The professor's very ill. Acceleration of the space flight would be dangerous.
I never thought of that. Rayburn, now that we have two complete transmitters as models, do you think Miss Harvey could do the work alone? Answer me!
Of course I could.
Splendid. Then there is no use taking a useless old man along.
Then we'll let the professor go through.
I cannot have him running to the space patrol until we are safely away from Neptune. And this ought to keep him quiet for a few hours.
He's a big boy. Stretching an old man.
If you give me any trouble, Miss Harvey, you will get the same treatment. Now, let's go. You lock the door. I have a ray gun in one hand and the transmitter in the other.
You can't lock him in here. He'll never get out.
Oh, the space patrol will probably find him in a few hours when they come looking for Corey. Now, do as you're told. Come on. Gessner is waiting in the car.
Fully recovered from their ordeal in the storage tank, Buzz and Happy carefully searched the factory building.
That place seems unnaturally quiet, sir.
There's no invisibility field around. I think Bolger and his pal probably took their two factories and got around.
I've been hoping those spacephones would come to light with a message from Miss Harvey.
Try this one, Harvey. I'll cover you with a radar.
Yes, sir. It's locked. smoke and rockets.
Professor Rayburn.
Commander.
Yes, sir.
Lenine, they're taking her to Saturn. Oger and Getner. They thought you were in the tank. They're taking Lenine to Saturn.
Where on Saturn?
I don't know.
Professor, did Miss Harvey mention the miniature space appliance?
Yes.
Does she still have it?
She didn't. Oger took her away. She was afraid to use it.
Professor will take you to a hospital. And we'll blast off for Saturn.
With Professor Rayburn safely in a doctor's care, Buzz and Happy rushed to the Terra 5 and launched themselves into space toward the planet Saturn.
Not a sign of a ship in the viewscope, sir.
Oger might have made his ship invisible.
And how are we ever going to find them?
We probably won't find them out in space. But after they land on Saturn, they'll have to shut off that transmitter sometime. And every city on Saturn has been alerted.
Attention, any space soldiers. This is an emergency.
It's Miss Harvey.
You've taken care of that signal, huh?
Yes, sir.
Space patrol unit. This concerns Commander Corey. Mission Garrison.
We must be close to Boger's ship to pick up that signal.
Then the space won't transfer to that special frequency. Commander Corey calling Lenine Harvey. Commander Corey calling Lenine Harvey.
Commander, you're alive.
Yes, thanks to you. Professor Rayburn told us how you focused the beam on the storage tank.
Professor, is he all right?
Yes, he's resting at Neptune City Hospital. Now, let's see what we can do about you. You're in Boger's ship, right?
Yes. In that compartment on the starboard side. I hope they can't hear the space phone.
No, not unless they suspect something and tune to this special frequency. Have to get a fix on the Lenine signal.
Yes, sir.
Boger's ship is invisible, I suppose.
Yes. They're headed for Saturn. That's all I know.
So just follow these instructions and we'll be able to find you. Hold your spaceophone against the bulkhead of your compartment. Then you'll be transmitting the vibrations of the rocket exhaust. You'll follow the signal and overtake the ship.
Yes, Commander. But then what? The field on the two ships are entirely different types of matter.
I'll put on a spacesuit and jump from this ship to Boger's. Once I'm inside the invisibility field, my vibration rate will be the same as yours.
Yes, that's true.
And I can come in through the airlock with an atomo torch if necessary.
Commander, if something goes
We've
wrong...
talked long enough, Miss Harvey. Put the spaceophone against the bulkhead.
All right, Commander. And good luck.
I've got it fixed, Commander. We're gaining on Boger.
Good. Keep the ship on course, Hap. I'll get into a spacesuit.
I tell you, Boger, that's Corey's ship.
That's Corey's ship, all right. But that doesn't mean he's in it. The Space Patrol probably searched the factory and found old man Rayburn. He tells them we're headed for Saturn. Corey's still in the tank.
Maybe. Look at that ship. If it was any closer, it would pass right through it.
What if it does? This is a different state of matter than we are. See? Now, shooting clear ahead of us. If the pilot only knew how close he came to us.
There's still something funny about it. With all of empty space to fly in, that ship followed us like a dog chasing a rabbit to a hollow log.
But obviously, no one in the ship saw it. In a few minutes, it will be out of sight.
Boger, that girl back there. You suppose she could have signaled a space patrol?
How could she? She's locked up.
I'm going back out to make sure.
All right, Getman.
Something funny's going on here. I can feel it. Hey, what are you doing?
But nothing.
Hide something. Hold your hands out in front of you. I said hold your hands out.
Oh, you're hurting
Let me
me.
see those hands. That's how Corey's ship followed us. When I get through with you, you won't be able to move, let alone talk. Let go of her, get there.
Commander,
For the Lockwood fighting in a spacesuit. I'll take it off before I go up after Boger.
can I do anything to help?
Yes. Get Miss Ray gun, keep an eye on her. When I get out of this suit, we'll lock him in the compartment.
Well, Getman, did you and Miss Harvey had a nice chat? How is our charming prisoner?
Just fine, thanks.
That's good. And as you can see, that other ship is... Corey!
Get away from those controls.
Getman, help! Please, I had enough.
Spoil some, Boger. We're saving a couple to pay you for those 10 minutes in your time. Mind if I use your space up there? Commander Corey calling Cadet Happy. Commander Corey calling Cadet Happy.
Happy here, sir.
Everything's under control at this end. Set a vector to return to Neptune City. I'll bring in Gettner and Bolton.
Very good, sir. I still can't see you in the viewscope.
I'll cut off the invisibility field. How's that?
Fine, sir. How's Lenine?
Okay. He's back aft guarding Gettner. Bulger's up here, but he's not saying that. I guess he finally realizes that this is the end of his career as the Invisible Man.
Well, not quite, sir. Where he's going, nobody's going to see him for a long time.
A preview of next week's Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Boys and girls, we have a special announcement. Buzz and Happy with the Space Patrol group have just made some exciting records on the planet Terra, telling of their early adventures in the Space Patrol, how Buzz Corey became Commander-in-Chief, and the thrilling story that made him choose Happy as his personal cadet. The records have been flown to Earth in the Terra 5, and you can get them at your favorite record counter. Just ask for the Space Patrol Adventure Story. And now a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz is at the controls of a strange spaceship in another galaxy, with Happy nearby in the Terra 5. In contact by miniature spaceophone, they plan the rescue of a fellow Space Patrol pilot.
That enemy ship is gaining on Northfield, Commander. If I pulled ahead now, maybe I could draw him off.
No, Happy, get you and Northfield both. I stand a better chance than you because I'm in an enemy ship.
That's great. He'll think you're his buddy.
Stick close, Hap, as though the Terra 5 were still captured.
Yes, sir. If we can keep that guy fooled for a few minutes more, we can rescue Northfield. Uh-oh. Hey, Commander, this is terrible.
What is it, Happy?
I just picked up the enemy commander's spacephone channel. He knows we've escaped. He just gave that enemy pilot orders to blast both our ships.
Be with us next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, The Lost Galaxy. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Virginia Hewitt, Bella Kovach, and Ken Mayer. Lee Zimmer speaking. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at the same time for exciting adventure on Space Patrol. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Nestle's Eveready, the instant cocoa. Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk. And Nestle's chocolate bars now present Space Patrol. High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz is at the controls of a strange spaceship in another galaxy. Happy is nearby in the Terra 5. In contact by miniature spaceophone, they plan to rescue a fellow Space Patrol pilot.
That enemy ship is gaining on Northfield, Commander. If I pulled ahead now, maybe I could throw him off.
No, Happy. He'd get you and Northfield both. I'd stand a better chance than you because I'm in an enemy ship.
Hey, that's great. Hey, he'll think you're his buddy.
Now stick close, Hap, as though the Terra 5 were still captured.
Yes, sir. If we can fool that enemy pilot for a few minutes more, we can rescue Northfield. Uh-oh. Commander, this is terrible.
What is it, Hap?
I just picked up the enemy commander's spacephone channel. He knows we've escaped. He just gave that enemy pilot orders to blast both our ships.
We'll return in just a moment with the thrilling story, The Lost Galaxy.
Say, Commander, you coming to the Christmas party today?
Sure I have. Wouldn't miss it for anything. Space Patrol parties have always been so warm and jolly, just like family Christmas get-together.
Gee, they certainly are a treat for those of us who don't get to go home. And say, you ought to see what Captain Tufeld has cooked up for refreshments.
I knew you'd be in on that.
Well, look, as head of the entertainment committee, I had to be sure everything would be right. And, well, of course, I wanted to help, so, well, let's see. What was I saying now? Oh, yeah. We've got a whole raft of sensational Toll House cookies made with Nestle's cookie mix and Nestle's semi-sweet morsels. And brownies, and plenty of fancy cookies, too. couple of platters of them.
That's for me.
Wait, that's not all. We've got all Nestle's chocolate bars. Milk chocolate, almond, crunch, and the new coconut bar. Big ones, too.
Oh, sounds fine. Go on.
Well, we'll have our choice of drinks. Cold chocolate milk made with Nestle's Quick or Nestle's Ever Ready for hot cocoa.
Oh, that's a splendid spread, huh? I really must congratulate the food committee. Oh, just one thing. Try not to eat all that good food before the rest of the gang gets there, will you?
Smoking rockets, Commander. Smoking rockets is all I can say. Of course, there'll be plenty of food for everybody, but, well, if I were you, I wouldn't get there too late.
And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The Lost Galaxy. A United Planets Space Observatory out beyond the Pluto orbit has been picking up strange electromagnetic impulses from a remote part of the galaxy. Tests revealed a pattern that scientists could interpret only as signals, radio signals produced by intelligent beings in an uncharted region of space. Commander Corey dispatched 4 star-drive spaceships to investigate. Equipped with transmitters that operate through hyperspace, the expedition kept up its regular schedule of reports for 2 days. But now, for 24 hours, not one of the 4 ships has been heard from. Buzz has called Cadet Happy to his central office in Space Patrol headquarters on the man-made planet Terra.
Did we finally get word from the expedition to make the Commander?
No, Hap. No word. The last report was received 24 hours ago, so it happened last year.
We've missed 12 reports.
Yes. Whatever happened must have happened to all the ships simultaneously.
Yeah. Or one of them could have Space Patrol to warn.
We know from our own experience that hyperspace transmission of signals isn't always perfect.
Hey, how about that space observatory out there on Pluto? Are they still receiving those mysterious signals?
Yes, that proves nothing. Those signals are coming through regular space. Past the point where we last heard from Northfield about 500,000 light years ago.
Oh, that's right. They tell us a thing about what's happening out there now.
There's one way to find out. We'll go after them.
I'm all for that, sir, but all we know where they are.
One thing's certain. We'll be 500,000 light years closer than we are now. Let's go.
Now, for the first time in the entire history of the vast Graxox star system, an atmosphere of tense excitement pervades the headquarters of the Guardian of the Galaxy. Only Makor, the Guardian, retains his usual calm as he discusses alarming news with his chief aide, Sindrana.
You have heard the report, I suppose, Sindrana?
Yes, sir. And I assume you want me to issue a denial of this preposterous rumor and spread it throughout the galaxy.
It is not a rumor. It is fact. Spaceophone conversation in an unknown language have been picked up at several different points.
But do you realize what you're saying, Excellency? You are saying that there is intelligent life outside of the Graxox star system.
Certainly. Isn't that why we have a guardian? There is no danger of attack from inside. Therefore, our function is to be prepared for trouble from outside.
But that's just superstition, a fairy tale, a game children play. The idea that Graxox should be attacked...
Sindrana! Are you accusing me of being a figurehead?
No, Mr.
Or that this service is a farce, a mockery?
No, Major. It's just that for generations there's been no sign of intelligent life anywhere but in Graxox.
Just the same. When the signals intersected, 4 spaceships are moving through our galaxy.
If there isn't much danger, 4 ships couldn't conquer the galaxy.
The signals we have picked up may be merely the advance count of a vast fleet of ships. These scouts must be located.
But their weapons may be far more powerful than ours. A race of beings that should come here from another galaxy. Why, they must surpass us in intelligence.
Yes, the way we surpass a toad. Thanks to our far-sighted ancestors who planned our defense 30 generations ago, we wouldn't be entirely helpless.
We have so few armed spaceships, and not enough men trained to fly what ship we have.
One weapon is already in operation. The electronic signal deflector.
But if the enemy is already within our galaxy, what good will it do?
Well, it will keep him from contacting any of his attack force at a great distance from our solar system. And at a closer distance, the curved signals will confuse the enemy.
Our own ships will also be confused.
Yes, but to a lesser degree. Some of our ships have deflection detectors, so they can compensate for the effect. If we work fast and efficiently, we can rid ourselves of the intruder.
I shall be glad to offer my services in any way.
You will take a scout ship and blast off immediately to a point near to the perimeter of our galaxy. Now, here are your detailed orders.
Meantime, Buzz and Happy and the Terra 5 have emerged from Star Drive at the approximate point where Captain Norfield gave his last report. While Happy carefully watches the viewscopes, Buzz makes repeated attempts to contact the missing Space Patrol ships.
Men of Corey aboard Terra 5, calling all units of Expedition Enigma. Corey to all units of Expedition Enigma. No sighting jet, Commander. The ships may be out of range, Hap. They're probably still heading toward the interior of the galaxy. On top of that, they're spreading out in different directions.
Well, my guess is they went to the Star Drive again so they could reach the source of those signals a lot quicker.
Yeah. And when they came out, something happened before they could space them back to Terra.
I'll try once more and look in the Star Drive.
Men to Corey aboard Terra 5, calling units of Expedition Enigma. Give me some sort of signal if you can as I call your names. Lieutenant Beaker. Lieutenant Stitter. Lieutenant Marsden. Captain Norfield.
Norfield here, Commander.
Signal and comets at last. Well, it's good to hear your voice, Captain. Are you in trouble?
No, outside of being a trifle lost.
What about the other boys?
I haven't heard from any of them for several hours, Commander. After we found out, we had trouble making contact by spacephone.
Have you been making your reports to Terra?
Yes, sir. 2-hour intervals. Haven't they been received?
And our last contact with you was your 1600-hour report yesterday.
I haven't heard any Space Patrol signals since that time either, until now. Whatever the interference was, it's okay now. Reading you fine, just as clear as if you were in this galaxy.
Norfield, I am in the galaxy. Happy and I blasted off to see what had happened to you.
Well, now that you're here, sir, I can tell you this. It's good to have company.
Something is wrong, Norfield.
It's my instruments, Commander. The astrogation bank especially. They're out of adjustment. That's one of the reasons I lost contact with the other ships.
What was the last contact?
With Lieutenant Stitter, sir. He said he had sighted a planet that looked pretty good and he was going to investigate it.
By pretty good, did he mean he was receiving those mysterious signals from it?
I assumed he meant that, Commander, that being the purpose of the expedition. Right then he faded out. After that, I noticed that my spacephone fix on Stitter didn't check with my astrogation instrument.
Well, this is serious, Norfield. If your astrogation instruments are off, you can't plot a hyperspace vector for a return to Terra. And at this 500,000 light-year distance, the error could be tremendous.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to locate the trouble.
Well, hold your present vector. We'll follow your spacephone signal until we pick you up on our viewscope.
Very good, sir.
We've got to correct those instruments of yours, Captain. Put on your ID signal and we'll write it in.
In his headquarters, Makor, the guardian of Graxok, has finally contacted his chief aide, Sinzana, after considerable difficulty.
I've been trying to contact you. What have you been up to?
Sorry, Excellency. It's these deflection fields. They're playing havoc with communications.
Have you located any of the enemy ships?
Not visually, Makor. However, I have picked up 2 spacephone conversations. That is, I assume they were conversations.
Okay. Isn't your translator working?
I've tried all the regular circuit combinations with the galaxy languages, Makor. I don't think our translator will handle non-galaxy speech.
All right. Don't waste any more time. They are probably exchanging information for an attack. The quicker you destroy them, the better. The Alpha Ray will destroy all forms of life higher than ours. It was designed for this specific purpose.
It's hard to have confidence in a weapon that one has never seen used, and one that hasn't even been tested for 10 centuries.
It will work. It was designed according to scientific principles. When directed properly toward our enemies, the Alpha Ray will destroy them. Proceed as commanded.
With Captain Norfield's identification signals sounding in their spacephone receiver, Buzz and Happy speed to contact their fellow space patroller.
Hey, what's happening to the signal? We're getting closer to Northfield, so he should be coming in stronger.
There's a strange drift operating here, Hank. Electromagnetic drift. We'll hold this back to maybe they'll clear up again.
Commander, the viewscope. There's a ship.
Good. Apparently the drift isn't affecting the viewscope frequencies.
Well, for a minute there, I was afraid we'd lost Captain Norfield.
When we're a few DUs closer, we'll try contacting him on another frequency.
Captain's transmitter must have failed completely, sir. As close as we are to his ship, we surely ought to be able to...
That's not a space patrol ship.
Hey, it sure isn't. But then what ship is it?
Probably a patrol ship from this galaxy investigating us. Put on the frequency scanner. See if we can pick up a signal from them. I'll put in a translator.
Right, sir.
Prezvodnie Marko. Donje Grobek Cyrila.
Hold it there. Yes, sir.
Vidyalano. Dai, Rep, Toba, Ozana Klon.
Is he talking to us? I'll try some other translator settings. That's another voice. Same channel.
Tasani Prozline. Play him.
Oh, he sure sounds excited.
Esboba, Rick, Rihanna. The enemy is in range.
You got it, sir.
Waste no more time. Destroy them.
I'll make him understand how to put on the test.
Yes, sir.
Sindrana, this is the pilot of the ship you regard as an enemy. Can you hear me?
Michael, you hear that? Hear what? That voice that spoke to me by name in our language. Dragzog.
Yes, I spoke to you. I have an instrument that can translate most languages. We're here on a peaceful mission.
They say they're on a peaceful mission. Can you hear them? No, I can't. You have your orders. Destroy them. Very well, Michael. I will use the ultimate.
Then the rest of it. Fire that in turn. Port and start.
I can't move.
I've used the ultra-ray, Michael. The enemy is destroyed.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment.
Say, gang, let's go around and see Captain Tito and see how the Christmas party's coming along. Hi there, Captain Tito.
Oh, hi, Tony.
Miss Carol asked me to come over and see if there was anything I could do to help you.
Well, Tony, it's mighty nice of you to drop in, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, Captain. This box has some extra cookies that Carol baked for us. Look, she made lots of Tool House cookies with Nestle's cookie mix and Finny sweet morsels. And here are brownies. Oh, boy, and Santa Claus cookies and chocolate pinwheels. Gee, it makes me hungry just to think about it. May I have another?
Hey, easy there, Tony. Let's not eat up the whole party before it starts.
Okay. Say, I hope you've got plenty of Nestle's chocolate bars.
Why, sure thing. See, this whole basket's full of milk chocolate, almond, crunch, and the new Nestle's coconut bar. How's that?
Out of this universe. I'm glad you got the big size. What's to drink?
Plenty of milk in the thermo freeze and plenty of Nestle's Quick, so we can make all the delicious chocolate milk you can drink. And a big supply of Nestle's Ever-Ready Cocoa for all those who want something hot.
Smokin' rocket. If this party isn't the greatest, well, it ought to be super cosmic.
Well, Tony, I certainly hope so. The gang's been looking forward to Christmas and our little celebration. But right now, we better get the presents sorted and piled up. Now, no fair peeking. I'll see you at the party later.
Boy, you can bet on that. I'll be the first through the door. I want to be sure Hap doesn't beat me to the refreshments.
And now, back to our Space Patrol adventure, The Lost Galaxy. Buzz and Happy are in a remote galaxy to find 4 lost Space Patrol ships. Fearing an invasion, the Guardian of the Galaxy dispatched his chief aide, Sindrana, to destroy every strange ship encountered. Using his electronic translator, Buzz was able to establish contact with Sindrana. Despite the commander's protest that he was on a peaceful mission, Sindrana discharged a weapon that for centuries has been kept in readiness for a possible invader. Confident that he's destroyed his enemy, Sindrana reports to Makor, guardian of the Graxox star system.
The enemy ship is continuing its original course, Makor.
If you change your course, Sindrana?
Yes, as a test. The ship is not attempting to follow me. Therefore, its pilot and other occupants, if any, have been eliminated by the ultra-ray.
Well, then board it. By studying the controls, you will probably be able to cut off its power. Then it can be easily brought to our main spaceport.
Very good. I'll board this ship.
Be very careful. Be sure the seal is tight around their airlock when you enter.
But I'll be using a spacesuit.
Of course you will. But I want to preserve the air within their ship. It will tell us about the type of worlds they come from.
There may be a period when I'll be out of contact with you. The space phone in my spacesuit isn't powerful enough to reach your headquarters.
Then simply relay it to your ship transmitter. Now hurry. Get aboard that enemy ship.
Meantime, Buzz and Happy lie motionless on the deck of the Terra Prime, just as they fell when Sindrana discharged the ultra-ray. Moments pass. Then a slight movement, a twitch of Happy's fingers. Now the commander's eyelids flicker.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm sort of numb and fuzzy-headed. I can move my arms a little bit now. Wow, that ultra-ray, whatever it is, sure packs a wallop.
Yes, but lucky for us, not as much as it was supposed to.
I'm in the airlock of the enemy ship, Nico.
It's coming out of our space agreement.
Be sure there is no leak as you enter the ship. The outer hatch is closed tight. Now I'm opening the inner hatch. Vacor, what is the matter? These creatures, these beings from another galaxy. Two of them lying here in the control compartment. Stop gibbering. Naturally, they are grotesque monsters. They cannot. You don't understand. Vacor, they're human. They're just like you and me, human beings. Not in appearance, perhaps, but the ultra race is more all that was really different about them. They're super intelligent. Yes. I've just looked at my atmosphere analyzer unit. The air in this ship is similar to that on many of our planets. I'm going to take a chance and lift my helmet facepiece.
Ordinary air. And the temperature is very comfortable.
I'll get to work and figure out their controls.
Yes, right away. Strange that beings with heads no larger than ours are capable of such vast intelligence.
You are trying my patience, Sindrana.
Just one close look. Amazing. Different clothes. They could pass for an inhabitant of any of our... They're alive.
You bet we are. I'll handle them, Hap.
Michael, they're alive.
It's Sindrana. What's happening out there? Answer me.
Hap, get off our space again fast. We'll have to cut off some guns.
Yes, sir.
Sindrana, something wrong. Can you hear me? Are we having trouble with the reception again?
Transmitter's off. Plug the receiver, too. Can you handle that guy, sir?
Yes. I'll do one of those portable translators. We'll need it to talk to somebody.
Okay, Commander.
While I'm talking to him, you try to pick up that ID signal from Captain Norfield's ship.
Right, sir. Hey, here's the miniature translator, sir. I'll adjust it for you. Match the reading to the big job in the control panel.
Hold still, you. Clip it to my belt. I'll explain things to some guy. We'd better hurry. He's half out of his mind with terror.
It should work now, sir.
Thank you. Now listen, Sanzana. Quiet down. You won't get hurt. I'll let you go now. But don't try anything. We have weapons here that are a little more effective than your alpha ray. Understand? I understand. I came here to rescue 4 scout ships on a scientific mission. Our scientists picked up spacephone signals from your galaxy. They sent out an expedition to find out where they came from. I see you don't believe me. It's the truth. Anyway, the expedition's reports were cut off. Apparently, there's some sort of interference originating in this galaxy.
Then our deflecting field is successful. You can't contact your invasion fleet.
Deflecting field? Yes.
Electromagnetic waves, including spacephone signals, are slightly bent.
Yes. Between galaxies, the error would be enormous.
Yeah, it's like playing billiards with a bent cue on a warped table.
Is it?
One of your super-intelligent games. Not the way I play it. Hey, Commander. You picked up Captain Norfield.
Good. I'll try to contact him. Keep an eye on him.
Yes, sir.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5 calling Captain Norfield. Commander Corey to Captain Norfield.
Norfield here, Commander, and busy.
What's the trouble?
Seems I'm not popular in this galaxy, sir. Some of the local talents on my tail throwing go-away presents at me. They're not candy and flowers.
Explosives?
The large economy size.
We got something a little different, but we're okay now. How many ships are after you?
Just one, but he'll do. I fired everything at him but the space rations. Now I'm down to a basic tactics only.
Keep your ID signal on. We'll join you. Corey out.
Thanks, Commander. I'll be seeing you. I hope.
Sindrana, get on the space phone and call off that attack.
Even if you force me, I have no authority over that other Draxock pilot. Nakor is in supreme command.
We won't waste time. Got to separate our ship from Sindrana's so we can maneuver and catch up with Norfield. Yes, you take the control. I'll take Sindrana into his ship. Now get going, Sindrana. Into the airlock. In the Draxock ship a moment later, Buzz forces the half-frightened and half-defiant Sindrana to the control panel. All right, Sindrana. Cut your ship loose from ours. No tricks.
You can't force me to fight against my own people.
If you weren't so thick-headed, you'd understand there's no reason for a fight. Now call off that pilot, and we'll leave you alone. All we want to do is get back to our own galaxy.
Good happy to Commander Corey.
Corey here, Hap. Sindrana's acting stubborn. He won't cut Terra 5 loose.
Sir, I've just sighted Norfield in the viewscope. The Draxock pilot is giving him a rough time, sir.
So we'll join the battle, Hap. You have to do all the work. You'll find it tough to overcome the extra inertia of this ship, plus its rocket flash.
Yeah, like being in a boxing match with a keg of nails under one arm. But if I can get on another pilot's tail and fly a fairly straight approach, well, I can let him have a blast with our atom cannons.
That's the way it'll have to be, Hap.
Right. That pilot sees I'm firing at him, he's going to fire back. And we'll be as helpless as a couple of sitting ducks with locked wings.
Wait, I'll cut your ship loose.
I thought the same thing.
There. The ship was separated.
but I won't join the fight.
Hap, you're free. The Terra 5 is on its own now.
Commander, the enemy ship is gaining on Northfield. If I pulled ahead now, maybe I could draw him off.
No, Hap. We'd get you and Northfield both. I'd stand a better chance because I'm in one of the Draxox ships.
Hey, that's great.
Now stick close, Hap, as though the Terra 5 were still captured.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if we can keep that guy fooled for a few minutes more, we can rescue Northfield. Uh-oh. Hey, Commander, this is terrible.
What is it, Happy?
I just picked up the enemy commander's spacephone channel. He knows we've escaped. He just gave that enemy pilot orders to blast both our ships.
You heard that, Suzanne. You're in for it.
Let me take this ship away from here.
If you run out, Happy will have to blow up that other ship. The pilot is of your own galaxy. Don't you want to save him?
He has his orders for Mako.
Now, look. Just stun him with your ultimate. The way you did Happy and me, it won't hurt him. You'll save his life. You can tell Mako it was an accident.
Commander, shall I go after that Draxox pilot?
Fire some bracket shots around him to get him off Northfield. I'm going to try to operate the Ultra Ray myself.
You can't do it. Even with your superior intelligence, a theory I'm beginning to doubt.
Let's go, you see, right? I see. This control might be right. No, second.
While you're playing with those controls, my fellow Draxox pilot will destroy your friend Happy.
Keep still and let me alone. Let's see.
Now, Corey. Maybe the strategy worked. I knew I would get you off guard. That's the fact. You try to interfere, I'll use your own weapon on you.
What are you going to do?
Yes. I'm going to focus the Ultra Ray on your Terra 5 and take Happy out of the fight. I think that works a bit. Well, now the Ultra Ray.
Don't touch that switch.
Let me tell you now, Corey. When I throw this switch, your cadet will be... Stand back, Corey. I'll fire. I warn you.
I'll take my gun back to the runner. I forgot to tell you the safety of it. The gun won't fire unless you press this lock. You let me take the gun away from you. I'm coming, Jim. I want to find out how the Ultra Ray works, so I'll let you go.
Commander, Sindrana's pal is firing at us. Shall I let him have it?
No, Hap. This Ultra Ray will take care of him. Stay where you are, Sindrana. This way. I hope that got him.
I think it did, sir. He was using evasive action all over space, and now he's on a straight vector.
Keep an eye on him, Hap. Sindrana, call Mako. Of course. Get on that space phone and tell him what happened to his pilot. I'll tell him.
Chief Aide Sindrana calling Mako, guardian of Draxox.
Mako, former Chief Aide Sindrana. Go ahead.
It wasn't my fault. The Ultra Ray is a failure.
Not quite, Mako. You took care of your other assassin.
What? What's that, Sindrana?
One of the invaders. He turned the Ultra Ray and my ship on our other pilot.
Yes, and right now he's unconscious and headed out of the galaxy. If you want to save him, you'd better listen to reason.
You, the Ultra Ray, one of our people. What barrage? You invaders.
We're not invaders. All we want to do is get out of your galaxy and return home. I'll cut off your electromagnetic deflectors so we can set an accurate vector on our star drive.
If I cut off the deflectors, your whole attack force will stream into our galaxy.
We don't have an attack force, but suppose we did. Suppose we took a chance and got home with your two men, Sindrana and that pilot. We'd know the secret of your deflectors, your ships, and all your defenses.
If I do cut the deflectors,
We'll give Sindrana a chance to rescue that other pilot. We can bring both your ships safely back to base.
Please, Excellency. Do as he says.
All right, Corey. I'll order the deflectors cut off.
Fine. Happy, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Sindrana and I will overtake that other ship at Mako. Now cut off the translators. Someone may be listening.
Yes, sir. All clear, sir.
Trail me to the other ship. I know a few rope tricks that'll keep Sindrana and his pal from using their Ultra Rays and space cannon until we're on our way in Terra 5.
Yes, sir.
We've got a job to do before we return to Terra. We've got to find those other three ships of the expedition.
Captain Northfield, Commander, pardon my interrupting, but can I get in on this project?
Well, it's back to Terra for you, Northfield. Hap and I can handle it.
I don't doubt that, Commander. Thanks for saving my life. And I want to include Cadet Happy in on that, too.
We'll see you on Terra, Captain. Hap and I have got a few chores to do.
Good luck, Commander. Talk to you out.
Say, Commander, something's been bothering me. I feel sort of insulted.
Insulted? How?
Well, about that Ultra Ray. It's supposed to destroy intelligent people. And it only stunned us. I guess we must be pretty dumb.
Well, think of it this way, huh? Would you have felt any better if the Ultra Ray had proved you were a genius?
Gee, no. I wouldn't be around to feel anything. I guess sometimes it's smart to be stupid.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Say, Hap, Dick, Carol, Robbie, Tony, everybody. It was a wonderful party and the best Christmas day we've ever had. The presents, the entertainment, and Nestle's refreshments, it couldn't have been better. I want to thank one and all.
Now, I'd like to make a little speech, and this is serious, gang. To all our radio friends, I'd like to wish the very happiest of Christmases. We're real glad to have had you with us at our party today, and we hope you'll be around for lots more parties to come.
And I'd like to add a word from the Nestle Company, which sends its sincerest wishes for a merry and warm Christmas to all its friends from coast to coast. Have a wonderful day.
And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventures. Buzz and Happy have landed on a strange planet in a remote galaxy. In their spacesuits, they've boarded a stranded spaceship to rescue a fellow space patroller. Buzz carries the wounded pilot into the airline.
Open the outer hatch, Hap. Yes, sir. Hey, what's that sound? Take a look outside. Come in. That stream of liquid, or that metal, or whatever it is rising up all around the ship. And the ladder's gone. Dissolved. Hap, we're stranded in a river of corrosive acid. If we don't get out of here, it'll dissolve the entire ship, and us with it.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, Ambush in Space.
Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Bela Kovacs, Ken Mayer, Norman Jolly, and Tony Sides. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday for exciting action on Space Patrol! This week's Space Patrol was brought to you by Nestle's Eveready, the instant cocoa, Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk, and famous Nestle's chocolate bars. This program is broadcast for Armed Forces overseas to the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood.
This is ABC Radio Network. The American Broadcasting Company Radio Network presents Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol!
In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy have landed on a strange planet in a remote galaxy. In their spacesuits, they've boarded a stranded spaceship to rescue a fellow space patroller. Buzz carried the wounded pilot into the airlock.
Open the outer hatch, Hap. Yes, sir. What's that sound? Take a look outside. Come on. That stream of liquid. That metal or whatever it is. It's rising up all around us. And the ladder's gone. Dissolved. Hap, we're stranded in a flood of corrosive acid. If we don't get out of here, it'll dissolve the entire ship and us with it.
We'll be back in a moment with a thrilling story, Ambush in Space.
Listen, kids, you know how much fun it is to be growing up. Every day there's a new thrill. Well, here's a thrill maybe you haven't tried yet, and believe me, you'll like it. It's the fun of having enough money to get the things you want. Maybe a new bike or a camera, or saving for something big like business school or college in the years to come. Sound good? Well, here's how you do it. Put a part of your allowance and the extra cash you earn each week into school savings. It doesn't take long to have enough to buy a real United States savings bond like Dad gets all the time. And bonds earn money for you. So start to save now. Have the money for the things you want when you want. Now today's Space Patrol adventure, Ambush in Space. Commander Corey and Cadet Happy are in a remote galaxy, searching for members of a Space Patrol expedition that had been sent out to find the source of mysterious spaceophone signals. Buzz and Happy rescued one of the pilots from an attack by the unfriendly forces that guard the galaxy. 3 other pilots still are lost. Through the commander's strategy, the leader of the galactic defenses has agreed to a truce during which Buzz and Happy will be permitted to find the remaining members of the expedition and return to the United Planets.
Menacori aboard Terra 5 calling units of Expedition Enigma. Pilots are ordered to acknowledge immediately if able to do so. Urgent. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter, Lieutenant Marsden, and Lieutenant Beaker.
It looks bad, sir. Even if they're millions of years away, they should have picked up our hyperspace signal by now. One thing I'm really worried about, Huck. Those pilots went into Star Drive. I'd make I had to be detected. Yeah. Their calculations would be way off.
They not only would miss our solar system, but our entire galaxy.
We've got to keep up the search, Huck. And how long Mako will keep his part of it going.
I don't trust him either, Commander.
Roughly on 15-degree heading. Taking allowance for aberration.
Hey, listen, it's one of our men.
Repeating, Lieutenant Marsden calling Commander Corey aboard Terra 5.
Corey here, Marsden. Can you read me?
Yes, sir.
Are you all right?
I'm okay, Commander, but something's wrong with the ship. I'm grounded on a planet near a creamy star.
Is your ship damaged?
No, sir, it's the power control system. I've been trying to find the trouble so I can blast off.
Happy's getting a directional fix on you now, Marsden. Even if you repair the ship, remain at your present location until I arrive.
Very good, sir.
When did you last hear from any of the others?
Not for about 18 hours, sir. That's why I landed. I figured if all of us kept flying through space during that freak cosmic storm, we'd never contact each other again.
That wasn't a cosmic storm, Marsden. It's part of the defenses of this galaxy. It's a deflecting field. It curves electromagnetic waves, including light waves and spaceophone signals.
No wonder we lost track of each other.
Now listen, Marsden. This galaxy is controlled by a race of human beings that are highly developed scientifically. They also happen to be extremely suspicious of us because we're from another galaxy.
You've had contact with them, then?
Enough to make Happy and me realize that we're very unpopular. I promised their leader, Maycor, that we'd get out of their galaxy as soon as I located the members of the expedition. Lieutenant Northfield has already returned to Terra.
I see.
I told Maycor the truth, that our expedition came here to find out the source of those spaceophone signals. Well, we found it. So, since we aren't welcome in this galaxy, we'll go home. I've got a fix on Lieutenant Marsden. Good, Happy. Marsden, we'll land and see if we can repair your ship. If we can't, you'll come aboard Terra 5. Are you in any immediate danger?
None that I know of. Frankly, I don't like the looks of this planet.
Is it inhabited?
I doubt it. It's got an atmosphere, but it's not fit to breathe. It's almost as hot as our planet Mercury. Frankly, I'll be glad to get off.
We'll be there as soon as we can. Hurry out.
On the key planet of the galaxy's defense system, Maycor, the guardian of the Draxic star system, confers with his chief aide, Sindrana.
I have good news for you, Sindrana. Our communications officers have solved the language pattern of the visitors.
And Corey is still in the galaxy?
Yes. He plans to rescue a pilot who, for some peculiar reason, chose to land his ship on Kerba 3.
Kerba 3? No one with any intelligence would go anywhere near the Kerba planetary system.
Exactly. In fact, I'm beginning to understand why our Alter Ray failed to eliminate Corey in our recent encounter. The Alter Ray was designed to destroy beings of superintelligence. Corey is of a race of beings comparable to us.
Then we have nothing to fear from him.
Perhaps not from him personally, but remember, he has penetrated our galaxy. Others of his race may follow.
Perhaps we should put on the reflector field again.
No, not yet. It is a costly process. It seems likely now that Corey personally is anxious to find his men and return to his own galaxy.
That might enable the task force to find their way back here.
Yes, although Corey has assured us that his United Planets, as he calls them, have no desire for conquest.
He's a stranger. It is not wise to trust a stranger.
You are right, Sindrana. And that is why I want you to board your spaceship and blast off for Kerba 3.
You're sending me alone?
Yes. But this time there is no danger. You will attack Corey only when you are sure he is helpless. Now go on, Sindrana. Proceed to Kerba 3.
Following Lieutenant Marsden's spaceophone signal, Buzz brings the Terra 5 toward the greenish star that to inhabitants of the galaxy is known as Kerba. Although blasts of static obliterate Marsden's signal for long intervals, the space patrollers finally locate the planet where Marsden landed.
It's certainly the most desolate looking planet I've seen. It's volcanic, apparently, and subject to electrical storms.
Hey, Commander, it's got a moon, too. It just popped up over the horizon.
Probably right. The size of it, it's simply close to the planet. It's got a tremendous drive up there.
Yeah, if there's an ocean on the planet, the tide sure must be something to watch.
I wouldn't want to be there to watch it. Not on the surface at any rate. Let's see if we can break through that electrical storm and contact Marsden.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5 calling Lieutenant Marsden. Marsden, can you read me?
Lieutenant Marsden here, Commander.
We're very weak. We're getting a lot of interference.
Same at this end.
Can you direct us to the ship?
I'm not in the ship, sir. Thought I saw something moving a few hundred yards from the ship. I went out to investigate.
Something moving? You mean alive?
I don't know. I don't see how anything could be alive on this planet. Maybe it was just rolling, blown by the wind or something. I never did catch it. I slipped the spell, hurt my leg.
Can you make it back to the ship?
I'm trying to, sir. Commander, can you see that moon from where you are?
Yes, it must look gigantic from the surface.
It certainly does. Its orbital velocity is terrific. I'll bet it's the moon that's causing those quakes.
Quakes?
Yeah, the ground shakes most of the time. Believe me, I'll be glad to get off this planet.
Captain, I've been able to get any sort of fix from there. Yes, sir. It's a rough one, but when we get closer, I think we'll be able to see the ship.
This will help any, Commander. The ship's in a sort of wide gully or ravine.
Okay, Marsden, just keep talking. We'll come in on your signal.
Chief Aide Sindrana calling His Excellency Makor, Guardian of the Galaxy. Sindrana calling Makor.
This is Makor?
I'm Mate Domegas from Turbot 3, Excellency. Or he's about to land. When he does, I'll be ready to attack.
No, wait. It may not be necessary. Turbot 3 is not a hospitable planet. Even if the quakes and volcanoes will destroy the visitors, there are still the corrosive chemicals.
Then you want me to withhold my attack until Corey is about to blast off, if he does?
Yes. The men already on the planet called Marsden. Corey sends to repair Marsden's ship. Every second they are on the planet increases their chances of being destroyed.
You're right, Makor. Turbot 3 has its own methods of getting rid of it.
I see Marsden's ship coming. It's just about a mile up the ravine from the lake.
Let's have your right. Marsden, Lieutenant Marsden, can you read me?
My leg.
Are you all right? Hold on, Marsden. We're very close. We've sighted the ship. Can you see us? Marsden, answer me. Did you reach the ship? Marsden.
Something's happened, Marsden. I'm going to have to look. It's not like the looks of that lake. It seems to be spilling over into the ravine. I never saw water that color anywhere. But it doesn't look too serious. Maybe just a slight trickle. I know that with quakes and tidal pull of that moon, there's no telling what will happen.
We'll set our ship down on higher ground, Marsden.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. And still be close.
The slight hump of rock is 200 yards away from the cruiser. I'll land there. Get our spaces out of the locker.
After landing the Terrified, Buzz and Happy make their way toward Marsden's cruiser, their space boots slipping on the hard, rough surface of the planet.
Oh, no wonder Marsden's very quick. Like I just did, and then twisted down. Watch your face. You don't think...
Hurry, Hap. If he made it into the ship, he might have a chance. Check the ship first.
You think it's there? Good. Hey, Commander, you were right about that lake overflowing. See, it's trickling along the bottom of the river. It's looking water. It looks so thick and heavy.
Not water, Hap. It's not a some kind of liquid chemical.
It flashes around and yet doesn't leave any wet marks. It's like molten metal.
Well, the volcanoes we saw from Terrified, you might be right. We've got to cross the small rivers and stuff to get to Marsden's ship.
Yes.
Find a narrow spot and leave across that. We can go right up to Marsden's ship. Okay, Hap, right here. Come across. That's it, Hap. Here I come. Now, let's get up.
Oh, hey, excuse me, sir. I dropped my ray gun. It bounced out of my home.
There it is. It fell into the stream.
It's floating like a cork on water.
Liquid must be heavier than ordinary metal.
That's a break. If the gun sank, I'd have to plunge my spacesuit glove under the liquid.
But don't touch it, Hap.
Can't help it. Dissolved. My ray gun dissolved.
Lucky we didn't try the weight across it. Whatever it is, it's close to dissolved our space.
The stream's right. It's getting deeper.
We've got to hurry. To the ship, see if Marsden's there. Come on. Up the ladder, Hap. Open the outer hatch.
Hey, Commander. You think I've made it back to the ship? The inner hatch is open.
Inside, quick. Search the ship.
Hey, it's a quake. The ship's shaking. It was coming apart.
No wonder the ship didn't roll down. Hap, there's one. Collapsed in the control panel.
I hope he's still alive.
Haven't got time to examine him now. Let me get him to our ship just to see it. I'll put him up my shoulder.
have passed out. Okay, let's go. Yes, sir. Just now, have. All right, I've got it. I'll hold the hatch open for you, sir. Hey, what's the sound? Take a look outside. Commander, that or whatever it is, it's rising up all around the ship. Why the jump across now? It's ready to march the carriage. Commander, look. Liquid syrup in the ship's ladder. The ladder is dissolving. We're stranded in a river of corrosive acid. Acid that even eats the curium. If we don't get out of here, it'll dissolve the entire ship, and all of us with it.
We'll be back to Space Patrol in just a moment. Boys and girls, here's a little problem. How long does it take to cross a street? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? Well, that may be the right answer. If you're careful to cross at the corner and wait for the traffic light. But if you cross in the middle of a block, it may take weeks to get to the other side. Yes, weeks. Weeks spent in the hospital or in bed at home with the broken bones and bruises that come from being in an automobile accident. Don't forget, the motorist doesn't expect to find anyone in the middle of the block. He may not be able to stop in time. That's why it may take weeks from the moment you start across the street until you finally reach the other side. The second you might save isn't worth those weeks you might lose, so be careful. Cross with the light and only at corners. Remember, the life you save may be your own. Now back to today's thrilling Space Patrol adventure, Ambush in Space. Buzz and Happy have landed on the planet Turba 3 to rescue Lieutenant Marsden, whose Space Patrol cruiser is unable to blast off. The planet is rocky, desolate, and with a poisonous atmosphere. Continuing quakes have caused the nearby lake to spill a strange metallic fluid down into the ravine where the helpless ship is resting. Finding Lieutenant Marsden unconscious inside his ship, Buzz and Happy, clad in spacesuits, are about to step from the airlock when they notice that the liquid metal is rising around the ship and is dissolving the ladder.
Now it's eating away at the upper part of the ship. We can only blast off before the ship is completely melted down. Spent hours trying to fix this. We've only got a few minutes. Wait. Rocket. Work with Marsden. Anything about the repeller ray. The repeller ray? Right. I'll stay here in the airlock with Marsden. You walk forward and cut on the repeller ray. Right, Commander. Can you hear me, Hap? Yes, sir. Just advance the power slowly until I tell you to stop. Yes, sir. It's on, Commander. But something's stored it out. We're not getting much output. You get any more power? I'll try, sir. It's not moved, Commander, but the ship is moving. I think this will work. Leave it on. Come back here to the airlock. Yes, sir. There you are, Hap. Look outside the hatch. Open rocket. The acid is swirling away from the ship. The repeller ray is forcing the liquid metal away. Hey, and the ground is dry all around the ship. Jump out, Hap. I'll lower Marsden down for you. Yes, sir. All right, Commander, I'll take it. Easy now. There, I've got him, sir. Come on. Let's get going, Hap. All the quick flap from us was ready. A few steps more and we'll be on high ground. Another quake, Hap. Hey, Commander. Look at Marsden's ship. It's toppling over. Wow. We made it just in time. The whole ship was all like a big lump of sugar in a cup of hot coffee. Liquid prices. We've got to get Marsden aboard Terra 5 before our ship is dissolved, too.
Several miles above the surface of the planet Turba 3, Sindrana observes the scene below through a viewscope, then reports to the Guardian of the Galaxy.
One of their ships has already been engulfed by the corrosive liquid metal.
What about Corey? Was he in the ship that was destroyed?
I can't tell from this distance. Should I drop lower and investigate?
No, I don't think that will be necessary. Wait until the other ship is informed. Then we'll know our intruder.
Mako! Something's gone wrong.
What do you mean?
The other ship is blasted off.
What?
In my viewscope, I can see Corey's ship moving, rising into space.
Then get away from Turba 3 quickly before he sees you.
Perhaps I could destroy him now. He probably won't be expecting us.
No. I have another idea. I'm changing our strategy.
We will cooperate with our visitors.
Cooperate?
Yes,
But they don't trust us.
I know that. But once we gain their confidence and trust, it will be different. For the time being, Savannah, return.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling units of Expedition Enigma. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter and Lieutenant Beaker.
Any contact yet, Commander?
No. How's it coming now?
Okay, sir. He wants to come up forward and help us find the other pilots.
Let's hope Beaker and Stitter haven't run into any more planets at that time.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling units of Expedition Enigma. Commander Corey calling...
Expedition Enigma, Unit 3 to Commander Corey. Lieutenant Beaker here.
A break at last.
Beaker, are you all right?
Yes, sir. Except that I've lost track of all the others. I've had no contact for 20 hours.
Captain Northfield has returned to Terra. Lieutenant Marsden is aboard Terra 5 with me. Now that we've contacted you, only Stitter is missing. How are your instruments? Is your hyperspace vector computer working?
I can't say for sure, sir. I ran into some sort of disturbance shortly after the expedition arrived in this galaxy. Frankly, I'm not sure of anything now.
You'll join ships, and I'll come aboard and check your computer against the one in Terra 5. And we'll be sure you can get back to Terra okay.
Yes, sir. I'm changing vector now and heading toward you. Incidentally, a while ago, I picked up something in my view scope. I thought it might be a spaceship, but it disappeared before I could check.
It's probably one of the galaxy ships, Beaker. They're very suspicious of strangers, so avoid all contact.
Very good, Commander.
Judging by our fix on your spaceophone signal, we're on an approach vector. Turn your ID signal on.
All right, Commander.
Coming in okay, Beaker. Steady as you go. Corey out. All right, Hap, take over the controls. I'm going back and talk to Marsden.
Yes, sir.
In the headquarters of the Guardian of the Black Sox Galaxy, Maycor intently watches a gigantic viewscope screen upon which two tiny dots are slowly converging toward the center. With a smile of grim satisfaction, clicks on a spaceophone transmitter.
Good fortune is with us, Indrana. Corey has contacted one of the other pilots. The two ships are now approaching Turba and Dankova.
Turba and Dankova? Are any of our ships yet?
No, not within 1 million Domegas. Corey and the other pilot are now about 10,000 Domegas apart.
Possibly stop either ship now.
I didn't tell you all I know. Between Corey and the other ship is the magnetic vortex. They're both heading right toward it.
They'll be destroyed. They'll be caught in it before they know anything's wrong. Their ship will be twisted, ripped to pieces by the vortex.
Not quite. Only Corey's ship will be destroyed. Then, using the translator here at headquarters, I will warn the other pilot.
Because he would have saved his life, he will trust us completely. We can capture him and take over his star dive ship.
Exactly. There is nothing to do now but watch the screen and wait until Corey is caught.
We could pick up Lieutenant Beaker on the viewscope, Commander. Then we could tell how far away he is.
With his ID signal, we at least know his direction.
If there are only some planets fairly close to us, we could relay some astrogation coordinates to Beaker.
That meteor might help us.
That little thing?
It's several hundred times bigger than a spaceship. It's almost in the same heading we are. If Beaker can pick it up in his viewscope, it'll be simple to figure how far it's up.
Sure. He could see that meteor long before he could see our ship.
We'll figure its velocity and direction and contact Beaker.
Yes, sir. The meteor isn't as good a guide as a planet, but it's better than nothing. That's funny.
What's the trouble?
Well, the meteor, sir, seems to be in a regular vector.
I see what you mean, huh? Behaving as though it were being guided. Suddenly pulled by a huge object in space.
But there isn't any such object.
Still, something's affecting the meteor. Next, it'll be affecting us.
Commander, am I nuts, or did that meteor fly apart?
It certainly did happen. It's completely disintegrated. If we don't change our vector, the same thing will happen to us. The meteor deflected to starboard, Hap, so we'll veer sharply to port.
Yes, sir. How about Lieutenant Beaker?
I'll warn him now. Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling Lieutenant Beaker. Urgent. Corey to Lieutenant Beaker.
Lieutenant Beaker here, sir.
Beaker, we're both heading towards some powerful, invisible force. It just deflected a meteor and exploded it. Cut your velocity and set a course 90 degrees to your present vector.
Yes, sir.
Have you picked this up in your viewscope yet?
No, Commander.
Well, how about a meteor, roughly on our own heading?
I've seen nothing in the viewscope, Commander.
And you're probably farther from this course than we are. Keep your ID signal on. Hap and I'll try to work out an astrogation chart on distant stars. When we get one that looks practical, we'll contact you.
I get it. We'll try meeting a few million TUs out in space, away from this force you mentioned.
Right, Beaker. And since we don't know the extent of that force, the farther away, the better. I'll contact you in a few minutes. Corey out. Now, Hap, we'll pick a star pattern and lead it a data to Beaker. Beaker can detect the same pattern from his starting position. We'll know we've got a good reference.
This is Maycor calling, Commander Corey.
Commander, it's Maycor.
Got his translator working. Corey here. Go ahead, Maycorn.
Commander, you are in no danger if you follow my instructions. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, then you know what happened, or nearly happened to us.
Yes, I heard your conversation with Lieutenant Beaker. You are in the region of what we call the magnetic vortex. For centuries, our own ships have avoided that part of space. If you will follow my directions, I'll help you to join Lieutenant Beaker.
Where are you now?
I'm at my headquarters on a distant planet. I'm observing your ship on an ultra-powerful useful stream.
Then you've plotted the boundaries of this magnetic vortex.
Yes, Commander.
Considering the way you feel about strangers in your galaxy, you're being extremely cooperative.
Well, I realize now that you are keeping your part of your bargain, and that your only desire is to return to your own solar system. Now, if you will maneuver your ship as I direct.
Perhaps, according to Maycorn, if we hold this heading, we'll miss the vortex.
Commander, do you think he's on the level?
I don't know.
Trouble is, there's no way we can find out. If he's deliberately heading us into that vortex, we won't know it until our ship starts to come apart.
Wait a minute. There is a way. If we were to fire a space torpedo directly ahead of us, what would happen?
Well, the torpedo would keep accelerating ahead of us farther and farther.
Right. As long as the torpedo didn't change course, we'd know we were in a safe vector.
And if it did change...
We could have at least a few seconds to act. Hap, align a torpedo to fire on a 0-degree heading.
Yes, sir.
I'll contact Lieutenant Beaker and see if he's had any luck with that astrogation data. Manacori aboard Terra 5, calling Lieutenant Beaker.
Beaker here, sir.
Did you locate that constellation from the data?
Yes, sir. All points checked to less than 1 degree parallax. When you were talking to that Maycorn, I got a space phone fixed on both of you. That data reconciles the parallax, Commander. I'd say my instruments are okay.
In that case, Lieutenant, you can set your hyperspace vector and return to Terra immediately. I'll continue the search for Stitter.
Very well, Commander.
Good luck, Beaker. Hurry out.
Torpedo trajectory all set, Commander.
Very good, Happy. Fire.
Well, there goes our guiding star, our life insurance.
All we've got to do is keep it in the viewscope. As long as it stays on a steady course, we know we're safe.
Hey, when can we be sure that we're completely away from the vortex field?
When we get near a planetary system, or if we see another ship, one from this galaxy. Hap, look at that torpedo. Changing course.
Oh, yeah, I say. It's bearing to port.
We've got to change course quick.
Commander, that torpedo, it acts like it's gone crazy.
Fire starboard rockets. I'll set a course 90 degrees to our previous vector.
The torpedo exploded. Did you see that flash?
Yes, sir. Plunged into the vortex.
That's what we'd have done if you hadn't changed course. Sir, do you think we're safe now? Will we miss that force field?
Guardian Vapor calling Commander Corey.
Corey here. Are we on the right vector, Maycorn?
Commander, this is urgent. My new smoke screen shows that you have changed course. You must follow instructions exactly, or you will meet with disaster. Now, quick, before it's late. Return to your previous course.
Nice try, Maycorn, but we're on to you.
Why, what do you mean?
You tried to run us right into that vortex. Just cost us a space torpedo to find out that you can't be trusted.
You invader! All right. You avoided the vortex. Now, I'm going after you personally, Corey. I'll get you. When I do, you will regret that you ever entered this galaxy.
I'd be more impressed with your threat, Maycorn. You had a reputation for keeping your word.
Hey, that's telling him, Commander.
Now listen, Maycorn. One of my men is still lost in your galaxy. I intend to find him and take him home. Whenever or wherever you try to stop me, I'll be ready.
A preview of next week's Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Young men between the ages of 17 and 18 and a half with a military obligation, the National Guard offers many advantages and opportunities. You can earn new skills, earn extra income, and gain experience in leadership. You can learn to become a pilot and qualify for a commission. And there are retirement benefits, too. If you enlist in your local National Guard unit, you may start your training right there at home. There's no need to interrupt your work or school. Inquire about the unlimited opportunities the National Guard offers you by contacting your local armory. Preparedness now is a safeguard against the future. Do your part by enlisting in the National Guard. Now a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are in their spaceship, approaching a planet in a remote solar system.
Commander, where did that thing come from?
A glowing object. It's headed right toward us.
A meteor.
Meteors don't glow in empty space.
It's getting brighter. It's a ball of fire.
There's another one.
Where in the universe are they coming from?
It's a weapon, Hap.
A weapon? And it's some sort of... It's got to be Maker's work.
Right. He's trying to make good his threat to destroy it.
Be with us next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, The Prison Planet. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Bela Kobach, Norm Jolly, and Ken Mayer. Lee Zimmer speaking. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Nestle's Ever-Ready, the instant cocoa. Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk. And Nestle's chocolate bars now present Space Patrol. High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are in their spaceship approaching a planet in a remote solar system.
Commander, where did that thing come from?
It's a glowing outfit. It's headed right toward us.
A meteor.
Meteors don't glow in space.
It's getting brighter. It's a ball of fire.
There's another one.
Where in the universe are they coming from?
It's a weapon.
A weapon? Then it's some of Makor's work.
Right. He's trying to make good his threat to destroy us.
We'll be back in just a moment with a thrilling story, Prison Planet.
It's quicker than a jet flight. It's quicker than the speed of light. It's Nestle's Quick, the miracle product that mixes so quick it gives you chocolate milk in seconds. Fellas and girls, have you tried instant Nestle's Quick? Nothing was ever so speedy. Here's all you have to do to get perfect chocolate milk. First, pour out your big, cold, frosty glass of milk, then add 2 teaspoons of Nestle's Quick. That's right, you pour the milk first, then you add Quick. Spoon it around once or twice, and there's your chocolate milk. Why, it practically makes itself. And wait till you taste that flavor. Quick is just like those great Nestle's chocolate bars. Yes, sir, it's got that special Nestle's chocolate flavor, that special Nestle's chocolate richness, that special Nestle's chocolate smoothness. It's a real soda fountain treat right in your own home. You're going to love having wonderful Nestle's Quick with meals, for snacks, and before bedtime. And you can tell Mom that Quick is good for you because it's fortified with vitamin D. And the more Quick you drink, the more milk you drink. So Mom's sure to approve. Ask her to get that big brown and yellow can of Nestle's Quick. And then you can join all the Space Patrollers in the most delicious, most chocolate, quickest treat in the universe. That's Q-U-I-K, Nestle's Quick.
And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, Prison Planet. Buzz and Happy have returned to the Graxock star system 500,000 light years from the United Planets to search for the one remaining pilot of an ill-fated expedition. 3 other pilots have already been found and have returned safely to Terra. Buzz and Happy realize that every moment spent in the unfriendly galaxy means increased peril, for Makor, guardian of the star system, has sworn to destroy them. While Happy watches the viewscopes for unfriendly ships, Buzz makes repeated attempts to contact the missing Space Patrol pilot by spacephone.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling Lieutenant Stitter, Element 4 of Expedition Enigma. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter.
Lieutenant Stitter, Terra 5.
You got him.
Section's terrible. I keep watching those viewscopes while I try again.
Yes, sir. There's no sighting so far.
Corey to Lieutenant Stitter. Your signal is very weak. Keep talking. Repeat. Keep talking. We'll try to get a fix on your signal.
I read you faintly, Commander. Would you repeat your orders? Lieutenant Stitter requesting repeat on orders from Commander Corey.
Stitter must be thousands of DUs away.
Yes, and Makor is causing the interference.
That reflector field again, huh?
Yes, if we don't contact Stitter soon, get into Star Drive, Makor will be coming after us.
I wish we could make him listen to reason.
He won't have to. He broke his word with us. When we outsmarted him and hurt his pride. He won't be satisfied until he gets his revenge.
I guess there are characters like that in every galaxy.
I better try to reach Stitter again. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter of Expedition Enigma.
Elsewhere in the defense headquarters of the Draxox star system, Makor, guardian of the galaxy, confers with his chief aide, Sindrana.
I've marked the star chart, Sindrana. This point indicates Corey's position. And the other intruder? The second ship is 40,000 omegas away from Corey. Its vector is indicated by this arrow.
I see. And Corey is in communication with the other ship.
To a very limited extent. Our deflector field is working quite successfully.
It may be possible to send some of our ships after Corey and destroy him before he escapes from our galaxy.
No one is going to get Corey but me. You understand? My own personal reputation depends on it. I've got the entire plan worked out. First, we will capture this Lieutenant Stitter and his ship. That will be simple. Then we can turn our full efforts into getting caught.
You say it will be simple to capture the other ship?
Yes. Look at its vector. It is heading towards Zergol.
The prison planet?
That's right. A maximum security base. A planet from which no news leaks to the rest of the galaxy. Except by my authority.
Yes, but I don't see how we can possibly...
We will order this unwelcome visitor to land on Zergol.
If we do it,
I got it all figured out. Now listen. Corey can't contact Stitter, but we can.
Lieutenant Stitter, Element 4 of Expedition Enigma, calling Commander Corey aboard the Terra 5.
An urgent message to Lieutenant Stitter of the United Planets Expedition. This is Makor, guardian of the galaxy. I want to help you. Please acknowledge.
Lieutenant Stitter here. You say you're the guardian of the galaxy?
Yes. I am in charge of defenses of this star system, the region of space you're in now. I've already had contact with your Commander Corey, and know that he's looking for you. We promise to give him all the help possible.
That's certainly welcome news. Say, is it possible for you to relay a message to my commanding officer?
No, not at present, on account of those solar radiations. I offer a suggestion if you see fit to follow it.
Since you're working with Commander Corey and I'm lost, the best thing is to let you give the orders.
Thank you, Lieutenant. It will be easier that way. I believe I know your present position. There should be a yellow star approximately 20 degrees to the right of your present heading.
It's 23 degrees by my instruments.
Good. You're near the planet Zergol. Make a landing on that planet. Then we'll notify Commander Corey where to find you.
Is the planet inhabited?
Yes, but by a very primitive civilization. And I suggest that you carefully avoid any settlements for fear of alarming the natives.
I understand.
And I'll contact you later and help you establish your exact position on the planet, so Commander Corey can locate you without any trouble.
I'm very grateful, Makor.
Oh, this star system is always happy to help friendly visitors, Lieutenant. Now, don't be concerned about the Commander. I'll personally take care of everything. And I wish you a safe landing on Zergol. There's Sindrana.
You say? I still don't like the idea of sending him to the prison planet. The prison authorities see his ship if they'll report it.
Didn't you hear me tell the stupid lieutenant to avoid all settlements? He'll never know he's landing on a prison planet. Until later, when we have him locked up.
It would be better to do away with him. Suppose he talks.
Who would understand him without a translator? And there are no electronic translators on this prison planet. It would be foolish to do away with him. Because we may need him later if we decide to attack Corey's solar system.
I realize no one has ever returned from Zergol in the 12 Darwin has been operating as a prison.
That's right. Not even the guards and official personnel. And the pilots who bring new prisoners there are not allowed to leave the ship. They must return without setting foot on Zergol.
And you sure there's nothing to worry about?
Nothing, Sindrana. We'll capture our lieutenant at his spaceship, and then we'll go after Commander Corey. Now come. Let's go to our ship and blast off for Zergol.
Still encountering bad reception, Buzz and Happy continue their attempts to contact Lieutenant Stitter.
This is the direction Stitter seemed to be heading. He either changed vector or the deflector Makor was throwing our instruments way off.
Uh-oh. There's something in the viewscope, sir.
A ship?
No, sir, it's too big. A giant meteor, maybe.
A small moon, a satellite of that kind.
Sure, that's probably right.
If we can contact Stitter again, we can use this little planetary system as a reference point. Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling Lieutenant Stitter. Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling Lieutenant Stitter.
Some distance from Zergol, Makor and Sindrana adjust a special device on their spaceophone that modifies the deflector field. A few moments later, they establish contact with Lieutenant Stitter.
Have you landed yet, Lieutenant Stitter?
No, Makor. I'm flying at low altitude over a mountain range, looking for a place to set down.
Are you near a settlement of any kind?
I don't think so. I made a careful check by viewscope at high altitude before I came in low.
That's excellent. Now, from your spaceophone signal, you appear to be on the bright side of Zergol.
Correct. The sun is right overhead.
Have you observed the large body of water?
Yes, but it's beyond the horizon now. It's several hundreds of what we call miles to my right.
Then you are over an entirely unpopulated region, Lieutenant. Land at the first suitable place you see.
Very good, Makor.
After your landing is secured, spaceophone me. I'll have no difficulty finding you.
How about Commander Corey? Have you contacted him yet?
No, but don't worry. One of our communication centers is certain to reach him soon. Make her out. There you are, Sindrana. That ship and its pilot are as good as in our hands.
The plan is working out very well, Makor. I confess that...
Sindrana.
The viewscope. It's a spaceship.
Yes. And on a vector towards Zergol.
Possibly one of our own prison ships.
If there were prisoners being consigned to Zergol, I'd known about it.
A supply ship, then?
The prison planet has been self-supporting for the last 2 Tarvin. It must be Corey. He has managed to get some sort of a fix on Stitter's signal.
I hope he hasn't overheard our conversations with Stitter.
If he has, there's nothing he can do about it. He'll never reach Zergol.
How are we going to stop him? It's not wise to engage Corey in combat. We've learned that fact.
We won't need to get closer to him than we are now. Not if we use the Darrow projectiles.
It's forbidden to use the Darrow projectiles,
except in the most extreme emergency. Well, isn't this one?
Yes. But you must have permission from the Supreme Council of the Galaxy. That would mean telling them there are alien ships in our star system.
I was able to obtain the Darrow projectiles without a formality. The Supreme Council will never know. Take the controls, Sindrana. I will launch the project.
Sure, that was Spitter we heard a moment ago. Can we stay on this vector, sir?
Yes.
It'll take us close to that planet. And that's not so safe with Makor looking for us.
Maybe the planet's uninhabited. We can only contact Stitter before Maker's tipped off.
Hey, Commander, look. Where did that thing come from?
It's glowing. It's headed right towards us.
A meteor.
Meteors don't glow in space. The meteor would have registered on our viewscopes.
It's getting brighter. It's a ball of fire.
There's another one. We'll change our course.
Oh, where in the universe are they coming from? All of a sudden, 2 flaming blobs appear out of nothing. Hey, they're changing course too, Commander.
Both of them swerved when we did.
Either they're attracted to us or they're under some sort of control.
It's a weapon.
It must be some of Makor's work.
Right, he's trying to make good his threat to destroy us.
They're gaining on us, sir. What are we going to do?
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment.
Say, Tony, did I hear you telling the gang that you have a soda fountain at your house?
That's right, Captain Toothfell.
Well, don't you think that's exaggerating just a little bit?
Oh, gee whiz, no. My mom always keeps plenty of Nestle's Quick in our galley, and that's just like having a soda fountain, because I can make up real chocolate milk just like a soda fountain treat anytime I like, you see?
Well, I guess I can't argue with that, Tony. Nestle's Quick is the greatest treat in the universe, because it makes the greatest chocolate milk in the universe. Imagine being able to fix chocolate milk with the same wonderful, rich flavor as your favorite Nestle's chocolate bars, right in your house.
And you can fix it just as quick as that. All you have to do is pour out your glass of milk, add 2 spoonfuls of Nestle's Quick, spin it around once or twice, and it's ready to drink.
And you know, Nestle's Quick has plenty of what it takes to help build sound teeth and bones. Plenty of vitamin D.
Another thing that's good is the more Quick you drink, the more milk you're drinking. And that's great for all us space patrollers.
Yes, everybody can have a soda fountain at home by just asking Mom to bring home the big brown and yellow can of Nestle's Quick. Then, anytime you like, meals or snacks, you can fix yourself a real chocolate treat, Nestle's Quick.
If you're like all us space patrollers, you'll love Nestle's Quick. That's Q-U-I-K, Nestle's Quick. Boy, is it chocolatey and good.
And now, back to our Space Patrol adventure, Prison Planet. Makor, Guardian of the Galaxy, has tricked Space Patrol Lieutenant Stitter into landing in a deserted section of Zergol, a prison planet. When Makor and his chief aide, Sindrana, saw Commander Corey's ship approaching Zergol, he fired 2 day-roll projectiles at the Terra 5. Buzz and Happy realize their danger, but so far are unable to escape the strange, flaming projectiles by evasive action.
You'll just have to try to outrun them, Happy.
Well, how about going into Star Drive? Maybe we'd be safe in hyperspace.
We'd be plunging into an unknown dimension with no hope of finding our way back.
Wow, those fireballs are gaining on us.
They're getting bigger, growing in size.
Maybe they'll burn themselves out before they hit us.
I'm afraid not, Happy. That weapon is some strange energy force. I think it feeds as it travels.
On what?
Microscopic particles in space, and we're a giant particle, so it's chasing us.
Well, if we can't dodge them or outrun them, what are we going to do?
Hap, what's the simplest way you know to get a bone away from a hungry dog?
Gee, I don't know. Unless it's to offer him a bigger bone.
Exactly. It's just what we're going to do now.
Huh?
We're going to offer those hungry blobs of energy a bigger bone. We're changing vector to head right for that small moon.
Will they go after the moon?
Well, they may. The moon's small, but gigantic in comparison with our ship. We're going to have to rely on instruments at this velocity, Hap.
Yes, sir.
We'll have to work fast. You'll compute the moon's orbit. We'll leave it up to the automatic pilot control to skim us close to the moon's surface.
Wow, this computer better work fast. The fireballs are really closing in.
We've done all we can, Hap. Might as well relax.
I think I must have fed the wrong data into the computer, Commander. I think we're going to crash.
We've played our hand, Hap. If we tamper with the controls now, we might really make an error.
Here we go.
You can open your eyes now.
Huh? Didn't...
We missed the moon.
How about those fireballs?
We've changed course. With the moon. With the rear view scope.
The rocket's at work. I wonder what'll happen when they collide with it. Oh, look at that. The whole moon is burning up.
It isn't the moon any longer. It's a sun. A miniature star.
Oh, that's what would have happened to us.
Look at our instruments. Picking up all kinds of wild radiation.
Yeah. I'll bet we couldn't pick up a spacephone signal from Stitter now if he was in the next compartment.
Makor is probably a few DUs away trying to figure out what happened. We'll cross over to the other side of the moon's orbit and hide out.
Makor, you destroyed the moon. Their projectiles destroyed the moon.
Stop gibbering. The important question is, did we get Corey?
Lieutenant Stitter calling Makor, Guardian of the Galaxy. Lieutenant Stitter calling Makor, Guardian of the Galaxy.
There's a lot of interference considering how close we are to the planet.
It's the Darrow radiation. Makor to Lieutenant Stitter, have you landed?
Yes. My ship is on a grassy plain near a wooded section.
Good. Keep reporting at intervals. We will locate your exact position by your signals.
Very good, Makor. Oh, any word from Commander Corey?
There is nothing to worry about now, Lieutenant. Just keep in contact, and we'll have you in safe hands in a very short time. Makor out.
You'll be in safe hands, all right. The hands of the guards of the prison planet.
From his grounded ship on the planet Zergol, Lieutenant Stitter continues his periodic messages to his supposed rescuers. Finally, a strange ship appears over the horizon and lands a few yards from his own. 2 men emerge from the ship and walk toward his Space Patrol cruiser. As Stitter turns to open the hatch to welcome them, a signal light flickers on the spaceophone panel and a buzzer sounds. Surprised, Lieutenant Stitter steps to the spaceophone and quickly turns to a special frequency.
Lieutenant Corey aboard Terra 5 calling Lieutenant Stitter. Urgent. Commander Corey to Lieutenant Stitter.
Lieutenant Stitter here, Commander.
Stitter, you're in danger. Blast off immediately.
Danger? Oh, there's some mistake, sir. I've been in contact with the Guardian of the Galaxy. He's ready to rescue me.
He's tricked you. Get off that planet before he lands.
But his ship has already landed. In fact, there are 2 men about to come aboard. They'll be in here before I can blast off.
Are they in spacesuits?
No, sir.
Then you won't need one either. Get out of that ship. Go to the cargo hold and go out through the emergency hatch. Don't try to fight them.
I think they're entering the airlock now, sir.
Hurry, Stitter. Take a minute to spaceophone. We'll find you and pick you up. Hurry out.
Strange. He's not in the control compartment. Wait a minute. Look out through the port. He left the ship.
Yes, he's running toward the woods.
That made him suspicious.
I'll go after him. You return to our ship and wait for me.
The Terra 5 flies low over the planet Zergo while Buzz and Happy scan the ground with a telescopic viewscope.
Sure hope Stitter got away. Can't we try to contact him now, sir?
All right, Happy. We want to try too soon. By now, he's either captured by Maycor or he's far enough away to risk talking to us. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter. Corey to Stitter. If you read me but can't answer, we're looking for you. And we'll keep looking till we find you.
I hate to think of what Maycor will do to him if he catches him.
Judging by the fragments of spacephone conversation he intercepted, Maycor wants Stitter alive.
I sure hope so.
I'll try again. Commander Corey calling Lieutenant Stitter.
Lieutenant Stitter here, Commander. Everything's all right.
You got away from Maycor?
Yes, sir. I just ran into the woods. I'm all right now. And this is a wonderful planet. Wonderful. I never felt so good in my life.
Stitter, listen. You're still in danger. Give me a few landmarks so I can find you.
Never mind, Commander. I don't want to leave this place ever.
Stitter, what's wrong with you?
What? Nothing's wrong. Absolutely nothing. What could possibly be wrong in this beautiful, wonderful world?
Stitter. Lieutenant Stitter, you're still under orders. I demand an explanation.
Stuff to explain, Commander. I'd like it here, that's all. Thanks for your trouble, sir. And goodbye. Stitter out.
What's got into him? Hey, I know. Maycor's got him, and making him put on an act.
That was no way. For some reason, he just wasn't going to be this.
Commander, look. There are 2 ships down there.
Yes, near the edge of the wooded section. Stitter's and Maycor's.
Yes, sir. And beyond it, in the clearing, there's a man.
Just a viewscope, Pat. Put him on. There.
It's Stitter, sir. See? Space Patrol uniform.
There's room in the clearing to set the ship down. While I land the ship, you check the atmosphere sample we scooped out.
The air must be okay, sir. Lieutenant Stitter didn't complain about it.
No, he certainly didn't. Make that test pass with him.
Yes, sir.
Using the repel array, Buzz brings the Terra 5 in on a vertical descent into the clearing. As they leave the ship and approach the lieutenant, Stitter leans against a tree and watches them with amused interest.
Lieutenant Stitter.
Hi, Commander. Hello, Happy.
Lieutenant? Now, come on, Lieutenant. Let's get into the ship.
Why is everybody so serious? This is a glorious planet. Why would anyone want to leave it?
Stitter, you're being affected by the atmosphere. There's a gas in the air that tests similar to nitrous oxide, sometimes called laughing gas. It gives you a false feeling of well-being.
Isn't it great, Commander?
Now, grab him. We'll carry him aboard.
Yes, sir.
Don't hurt him. Remember, he can't help the way he's acting. If we don't get aboard that ship right away, we'll be just like him.
Come on, Lieutenant. Easy now.
All 3 of you, turn around and raise your hand.
Maycor.
I warn you, don't force me to use this weapon.
Easy, says.
Well, I see you have your translating devices with you. That will make it easier for both of us. Come on, we're going on a walk through the woods to my ship.
Why is everybody so anxious to leave this wonderful world?
Don't worry, you'll be back. You'll be here permanently, Lieutenant.
Hey, great.
You won't think it's so funny when you find out what Zergor really is. It's a prison planet.
This is a prison planet?
Yes. Some distance from here is a guarded prison. It was built by prison labor from other planets. And no one who has been brought to Zergo has ever left it.
Now, I call that a mighty nice arrangement.
For you, perhaps. But not for Corey and the cadets. After I get what information I want from them, they will be destroyed. Now, come on, all of you.
He's running things as if not happened.
Yes, sir.
First, I better relieve you of your weapons. Just keep your hands raised. That's it, Commander. Now, you cadet. And don't move or I'll bust you to bits.
Hey, Commander, how come the atmosphere doesn't make this guy good-natured? He's been exposed as long as Lieutenant Stitter.
He's fighting it like we are. Stitter was caught off guard and didn't realize what was happening.
All right, let's go.
Stand right where you are. Are you there with the blaster? Drop it.
Stranger has you covered, Maycor. He's right behind you.
Well, that's wonderful advice, Maycor. Drop it.
Very well. Do you know who I am?
Of course, you're Maycor, Guardian of the Galaxy.
And you, obviously, are an escaped prisoner. If you don't put down that weapon and let me go, you will be in for severe punishment. You won't think it's so funny when the guards catch you.
A guard? Maycor, listen, I am a guard. Janet, the guard.
Ridiculous. Why are you wearing the prisoner's uniform, then?
I like to change up. I'm a guard, all right. It's my job to keep nosy officials like you from interfering with the happiest planet in the galaxy.
Commander, this is a madman. Help me escape from him, and I'll let you return to your home planet.
Nobody leaves Zergon. It would spoil everything.
Janet, what do you mean spoil everything? Isn't this a prison planet?
Oh, not to us. We have plenty to eat and practically no work to do. Zergol is a paradise. I was in one of the original work crews sent here to build a prison. When we saw what we had here, we invented a little scheme to keep Zergol a paradise.
This is impossible. Zergol is a maximum security prison. The worst criminals in the galaxy are sent here.
Yes, it's our only source of immigration. If the truth ever got out about Zergol, it would be swamped with honest people. In a short time, there would be a shortage of food. Fighting, robbery, murder would be everywhere.
You mean there's no crime here now?
Why should there be? There's plenty for all. If any man has any tendency to be nasty, the effects of the atmosphere makes him a pretty jolly citizen after a few days.
I wouldn't stay here. I can't stay here.
Yes, Snake. Well, you're afraid the people you falsely accused of crime will get revenge. But don't worry. You'll be safe. We have a saying here that everything grows on Zergol, but hatred.
I understand the reason you want no one to leave here, but we three are from another galaxy. All we want is to return home. We'll never reveal your secret or bother you, I promise.
Well, something tells me you're sincere. But my duty to the others forces me to make you stay. I assure you, after a while, you won't want to leave.
Well, that's not the point. We have our duty to our solar system, just as you have to your planet.
What else could you ask of life than to live on Zergol? Look around you, at the trees, the flowers, the blue sky.
Pick up weapon, Jared. Hap, pick up your gun. Keep him covered.
Yes, sir. Quick thinking, Corey. Now I'll give this convict a lesson in respect.
Make her break it up. Let go of it.
I'll give him a thrashing, he'll remember.
No, you won't. Did he hurt you, Janet?
Not much. Thanks for taking him off me. You certainly hit him. He's untouched.
You better watch him. His spaceship is outside the woods. He may have a partner aboard.
I know. It's in Granum. He's already been captured.
Well, my two friends and I are blasting off now. What I said before still goes. We'll keep your secret.
Thank you.
Happy, you ready?
Yes, sir. I've got all the weapons.
Lieutenant Stutter?
I'm ready, Commander. I guess I lost control for a while. Sorry.
That's all right, Lieutenant. Goodbye, Janet.
Goodbye, Commander. Good luck. Goodbye.
Come on, then. Let's get back to Terra.
But I like it here. I think I'll stay. Goodbye, Commander.
Happy, come on.
Yes, sir.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment.
What's new?
Nestle's news.
Nestle's what?
Coconut. Ah, that's my favorite verse, Commander, because I sure go for Nestle's great new coconut bar.
So I see, Hap. Well, you've practically gone through the entire month's supply already.
Gee, Commander, I just can't help myself. When I bite into that luscious, thick, rich milk chocolate just loaded with crisp, toasted coconut, I sort of lose my head. I got to keep eating.
I'll admit, there never has been such a delicious chocolate bar as the new Nestle's coconut bar.
Well, except maybe those other sensational Nestle's chocolate bars. You know, the rich milk chocolate, the almond bar, and wonderful crunch.
Stop. Now you're making me hungry.
Well, what are we waiting for? Be my guest, Commander. Have a Nestle's chocolate bar. And that goes for you, too, fellas and girls. Remember, Nestles, Nestle's makes the very best chocolate.
And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are exploring the ruins of a lost civilization. Suddenly aware that a man is following them, Buzz pulls Happy into a dark passage.
I hope we didn't see us stuck in here. We've got the information. You can't see us in the dark passage, but we'll be here.
Oh, Commander, that big stone at the entrance. It's moving.
He knows we're in here.
Yeah, but no man in the universe could move that stone. It wastes time.
He's not from this universe, huh?
Commander, he sealed us in. We're trapped.
Be with us again next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, The Crown of Darjida. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Helen Moser. Other players were Bela Kovacs, Norman Jolly, Ken Mayer, and Tony Sides. Dick Tufeld speaking. This week's Space Patrol was brought to you by Nestle's Eveready, the instant cocoa. Nestle's Quick for great chocolate milk, and famous Nestle's chocolate bar. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood.
This is ABC Radio Network.